And now, fans, let's make the CW 33 victory of the game. Please welcome Alejandro Vergara. Alejandro is a dedicated United States Marine Corps military veteran who successfully graduated from Collin County College Technical Campus in spring of 2022. He earned an AAS degree in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning technology. Alejandro is passionate advocate for the diversity in education. He is actively participating in numerous high school student events, particularly those focused on ESL. Furthermore, Alejandro Alhambra has been an integral part of the Marine Corps League birthday ball tradition. Serving as a ceremonial cake cutter team member, this prestigious and time-honored ceremony is celebrated by Marines worldwide every November 10th. For both active and reserve members. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Alejandro a big Texas size. Woo! For being our CW33 Patriot of the game.
Fans, in the interest of your safety, please be aware that pucks, hockey sticks, and other objects may fly into the spectator area and can be dangerous and cause serious injury. Be alert at all times when you're in the spectator area. Please inform children in your care of these risks. If you do not want the risk of your current seat location, please advise an usher and you'll be reseated to a more protected area.
Play hard. Stay fresh. Miracle Fresh, the world's best deodorizer. Play hard. Stay fresh. Miracle Fresh, the world's best deodorizer.
Fans, don't forget to pick up your chocolate bucks at the compost table by section 120. As soon as the players play the ice during the second intermission, we'll give you the green light to chuck your bucks. Tonight's grand prize, $1,200. And fans, guess what? You have a 50-50 chance of being 100% right. The 50-50 raffle is up to $249, and that means you can walk away with half the amount. They will be open until the 15-minute mark of the third period. So head down to the kiosk and put your name in the race. And remember, half goes with you, half goes back to the community. When the Americans score a power play goal tonight, you will receive a coupon for 5 free wings, courtesy of Pluckers Wing Bar, right here at the Village at Allen. Pluckers is open Sunday through Thursday from 11 a.m. until 11 p.m. and Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. until midnight. Fans, our countdown to face-off is now down to 12 minutes and 12 seconds. Let's go check in with Sylvia. Here he comes, the Bulls mascot of the ECHL, the Hawks K9 Lone Star State. Your favorite and mine, too, buddy, on your feet. We welcome the official mascot of your Allen Americans, Biscuit the Bulls. Or should I say a box of popcorn? Brought to you by Allen's Veterinary Hospital.
All right, check 1, 2. Testing, you got enough room? Yep, good, good. Would you mind handing me one of those waters for now? Awesome. Right at 2, okay, perfect. Got what? Minute 10. All right, check to 1, 2. All right, let's make sure that Mo's volume is on 2. He's on 2, yep.
All right, there we go.
All right, perfect. Perfect.
Okay. You're going to cut out the crowd mic for this?
Yeah, we'll turn off the crowd mic, yeah.
Or turn it way down.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, does he know that we're going in a minute 10?
Oh, I like the big clock up there.
Okay, check 1, 2, one more time.
Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. I think it sounds good.
Yep.
Good. Okay. Can't fix the focus. It's going to be out of focus. We need to step back.
And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome here to the CUTX Event Centers, the Allen Americans and the Atlanta Gladiators, Part 2. Tommy Daniels happened to be alongside Maurice Fitzgerald. Maurice, game started out last night good. Hargrove back in the lineup. First goal, first shot of the season for him. Then it kind of went downhill from there.
Yeah, it was a really good start for the Americans, as you said, Tommy. You had Hargrove taking that first shot, getting it over the glove side of Harmon, and he got that 1-goal lead, and then it was a 1-1. Then the Americans came out, and they really opened it up 3-1, and then they weren't able to hold on to the lead.
That point where, especially, we talked about last night during the game, what was the turning point for me, and I know you echoed the same thing. The 2 5-on-3s where we basically couldn't get anything on net. It was pretty frustrating. I mean, that was an opportunity to not only get, put a clamp on this one, but a chance to, just kind of put a little confidence in that room. It was a little down after the loss last weekend in Boise, and I thought yes, it's opening night. Those games are always tough to win in your building. A lot of other activities going on during the day, but this team was saying all the right things yesterday morning after the morning skate. Got off to the quick start, and from there, it just wasn't happening.
Yeah, it was a 5-on-3, which was definitely the turning point of the game, I think. The Americans had back-to-back opportunities, and when you have that, you can't squander when you have multiple minutes with a 2-man advantage. They only ended up, I think, with 3 shots on net. You need to put pucks on net, put them in as well. Come out of there with at least a goal, but instead, they gave the Gladiators a little bit of a bounce, and they took that, and they came away with the win.
We will now officially today see all 3 goaltenders on the roster this season. Sinclair went last night. He's played 2 of the 3 games so far. This afternoon, we see Chase Perry between them.
Yeah, we've seen Chase Perry before last year. Americans fans know him well. He's a really solid goaltender. He was in there backing up Mendelacey last year, and he did a great job. When he had to get called in, Mendelacey had some troubles. So we know he's a solid goaltender. We know that the previous 2 goaltenders, Sinclair did a great job last night, but the Americans defensively need to make sure they're not outshot by a really large margin. Last night it wasn't as terrible as the other games, but they're still they're running in the mid-40s and shots given up.
Talking to Coach Costello this morning after he had a chance to look at last night's video from the game, our defense let us down a little bit last night. Not everybody, but If you watch some of the goals last night, there were a few guys out of position. That's something, as he said, that can be fixed, right? I mean, this is, as he said, this is something you learned in mini mites hockey.
Yeah.
So how do you get that so quickly into their brain, especially after a very tough loss last night? You can see a lot of heads were hung going off the ice.
I think a lot of that comes down to, it just becomes an infectious thing with the team when you're down. You're down by a couple goals as you start. Everybody tries to play every position, and you just need to make sure that you remember your positional assignments, your responsibilities there, and you take care of that. Yesterday I made a couple of comments about how the slot was open too often with the Americans, and they need to definitely make sure that they cover that area tonight.
Atlanta, we don't see them very often. I thought they were, at least in the first period, they looked beatable last night. Their goaltender was giving up a lot of rebounds, but as the game went on, his confidence grew.
Oh, absolutely. He gave up that first goal. Hargrove shot over the glove side, and then there was that other one that was called back at the other end of the ice where it went off the post. Everybody in the arena thought it was a goal. It was not a goal. It was just a bounce off the post and out. He was a little shaky at that point, but as the game wore on, he gained more and more confidence, making him much more difficult to beat.
The one thing about this team we know with the Americans, they have the offensive players to do it. You had Colton Hargrove back to the lineup last night, Spencer Asachuk. Very gifted offensively.
Yeah.
But as one person pointed out last night, you win games on the backside in, starting with the goaltender and starting with the blue liners. So the message has to go quickly in their heads to turn this thing around today, because I think 1-3 starting the season will start to feel a lot like last year.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got to make sure you're playing from your own zone out. You got to make sure that breakout's nice and smooth, which just started out yesterday with transition game is good. You hit the blue line at speed. If not, you dump it in behind and make them open up. You get those seams open so you can get pucks through. But it's just real simple hockey. Back check, forecheck, get pucks on that.
I got to say one great thing about last night's game, that was the crowd. We talked about going up against the Texas Rangers in game 2 of the World Series. Unfortunately, didn't work out so well for them last night either in Arlington. But the crowd was loud last night. They were definitely infectious. I mean, you had our press box up here just rocking. Love to see that. Obviously, a tough day, Sunday afternoon, football Sunday. Cowboys are playing at noon. People going to church. Maybe we'll just hope it's a later arriving crowd.
Yeah, I mean, Sunday games are always tough like that, especially here in North Texas when you get the Cowboys on. But it's also in the 40s out there, and some people may not feel right. But, hey, this is getting more towards hockey weather. So this is what we should expect this time of year, and this is what makes you feel like it's hockey season.
A couple new players were inserted in the lineup last night. One being Matt Shreddle, just acquired recently from the Wichita Thunder. What were your thoughts on him last night?
He looked good last night. We'll have to keep a closer eye on him tonight. It's tough when you come into a team for the first time. You got to get used to the system, which is not going to be difficult to do. Hockey's hockey, but still, you got to find where your fit is in the organization.
The other player put up good numbers last year in Jacksonville, Easton Brodzinski. An opportunity, got 12 minutes worth of time last night. Didn't have a shot on goal, but if you look at his numbers as a whole overall since he's turned pro, he's a pretty good second or third line player, can contribute offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to make sure not only to watch what the guy does with the puck, but what they do without the puck and how they are positionally, if they're sound or not. He looked like that as well. He was good on the forecheck and the back check. And we'll take it again, just like with Strella, we'll take a closer look at him today.
For Chase Perry, who has not played yet this season other than a preseason game, and we know we think of preseason games, they're not really wins or losses. They're just to see who's going to stay, who's going to go. But we know Chase Perry, when the Americans made that deal last year with Greenville, they really needed a boost between the pipes. Chase Perry came in, and he was that guy. He's been just itching to get in there in the lineup. He gets that opportunity today.
Absolutely. He's going to come in there hungry and wanting to fight for his spot. And I know that he's going to do a great job. He always does. He's reliable, and the Americans should have confidence. Their defense especially should have confidence that they have a good backstop him with Perry in the net.
For a guy like Perry, you played the game too, you know the game very well. Is it making that first save out there just to get your confidence going, or what is the key to him getting a win today?
Well, I think every goaltender is a little different, but usually that first shot or two, you feel good. At the same time, you don't want to get a flurry of 3 or 4 shots, because that's a lot to take in at first. But he's mentally pretty level, so he doesn't get too riled about things like that. Like we were talking about him, how even keel he is, that typical Finnish goaltender mindset, and it's great to see that. And I think Perry has a similar mindset to that.
Injuries have been one of the stories early on here in the season. None bigger than the loss Ryan Gagnon. Went to camp with Belleville and Ottawa this year and really looked well. You could definitely tell in that first game that he had kind of turned things around and really started to play like one of those, not rookie defensemen, but a guy who has earned his stripes here in this league.
Yeah, absolutely. Gags is definitely a big loss to this team, having him out for a while, but
we like to have a
moment of silence here.
in honor of a hockey player, Adam Johnson, who lost his life. Our deepest heartfelt condolences go out to the family, the teammates, past and present, and friends of Adam. Thank you. And now
we talked about, you just mentioned there, the terrible tragedy last night in England. And, having grown up a Buffalo Sabres fan, I'll never forget Clint Malarchuk. And, if it was not for the doctors there, I know we got just about 20 seconds here, but not for the doctors just being there right there on the spot, he might have lost his life too.
Yeah, it's one of those things that it does happen. It doesn't happen as much as people think, but it does happen more often than they do think. And it's something that I think the hockey world does need to address.
All right, we have Americans hockey coming up next, the Americans and the Atlanta Gladiators. That's coming up next on CW33.
Below Zero Cryo, whole body cryotherapy stimulates the body's natural healing abilities through exposure to extreme cold. Cryotherapy was developed in Japan in 1978 as a treatment for rheumatoid arthritis. Over the past 3 decades, it's become even more popular as its performance-enhancing and general health and wellness benefits have become more well-known. Call Below Zero Cryo for an appointment today, 469-362-8191. Below Zero Cryo is located at 8715 Lebanon Road, Suite 400 in Frisco.
Ready to refinance? The loan experts at Commercial Bank of Texas could save you thousands. Interest rates have fallen to historic lows, and your CBTX personal banker is ready to help you lock in a low 30-year fixed rate or take advantage of our home equity and home improvement loans. It's easy to apply, and our loan experts are by your side every step of the way. Commercial Bank of Texas. That's banking Texas style. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Christine Koch, DDS, is the official oral surgeon of the Allen Americans Pro Hockey team. That means she makes the Americans smile. Dr. Koch understands that great dental care involves compassion and proficiency. That's important as she's working on you or one of the Americans. Christine Koch, DDS. Call today at 214-383-1380 or find her on the web at ckochDDSMD.com. Christine Koch, DDS. She makes the Americans smile.
At Classic of Texoma, our Classic Valet service allows you to decide how you want to buy your next vehicle. Step 1, pick out your car. Step 2, start your deal with Explore payments, value trade-in, or a free credit check. Step 3, complete paperwork online, over the phone, or in person. Step 4, pick up your vehicle or schedule valet delivery. It really is that easy, and you control the process. Visit us 24 hours a day at RelaxDennison.com.
This is Dak Thomas. Let's go, Americans! Here's my papa and Maurice.
Thank you, and Walt Barney.
It's time for Allen Americans Hockey on Mixler.com. Now to the Americans broadcast booth and the voice of the Allen Americans, Tommy Daniels.
Well, we are here this afternoon. We'll be joining CW33 momentarily. Tommy Daniels alongside Maurice Fitzgerald. And happy to be bringing you game number 2 of the home schedule we still have, if you're counting, this is 34 left after today.
Yeah, it's definitely a long road, but like I said, last night it goes by really quick. Next thing you know, it'll be April.
And the Gladiators in the white sweaters today. I had to bring 2 sets of jerseys along.
Yeah.
The equipment guys don't like that. You know, they want one set for the road trip, but the Americans are wearing their new Texas sweaters. What do you think?
Yeah, they're pretty sharp sweaters, and, you know, when it comes to the equipment guys, that means they got to wash 2 sweaters themselves. They don't like to have that extra laundry, especially when you have a quick turnaround like this. Finished the game about 10 o'clock last night, and you have another game at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
People don't realize it takes a while to dry out all the gear.
That's extra work for our new equipment guy, Derek Wieging, who joined us this year. And off the face-off, it's going to be sent in back down in the corner. Played in behind the net by Mallory, who gets double team. Trying to get it in front of the net for a shot. They fan on it. And the Americans coming the other way. Tipped across the line by Robidoux. It's going to be chased after down in the corner by Luce. Near side, working it around. Back out to Mallory. Fired one through a screen. That one didn't make it through. As a matter of fact, it looks like it hit Robidoux, and he's struggling a little bit to get to the bench.
Yeah, he's hurt, and I'll keep an eye on him to see what goes on over at the bench, but he seems to be in a little bit of pain, but he seems to be also okay, able to get off under his own pressure.
Here come the Americans the other way as they work it up now towards center. Just underway here in the opening period, a scoreless game between the Americans and the Atlanta Gladiators. Atlanta winning last night by a score of 6-3. Americans battling in front of the net, coming out jumping here, just like they did last night. Hargrove scored just over a minute into the game. Put Allen up 1-1 or 1-0, and then they would tie it 1-1 later in that opening frame, and then Americans went up 3-1 in the second period. Unfortunately, the next 5 goals scored would be by Atlanta as they went on to win easily 6-3. Coming up now on the right side, there's McCauley at center, had it tipped away. McKelly coming over the line as they bring it back into the zone. Now right side, Marcineau worked it ahead to center. He'll fire one in, bouncing down in the corner. 18-18 left to go here in the opening period. Scoreless game so far. Shots are 2-0 here in favor of Allen. As they tip it over the line, played down in the corner. Chase Perry, first time we've seen him in the regular season. Last game he played was in Idaho last year in the postseason.
Well, he's definitely raring to go here, especially in front of the home crowd.
Back into the zone they come. There's a shot, and Perry with the initial save. As I'm looking at these jerseys, Maurice, I'm like, okay, where's my head going here? The Bossier Shreveport Mudbugs. Yeah. That's where it took me back to.
Yeah. Definitely does look like Bossier back in the old CHL days. It was a good crowd of those are good teams, and then there was a good crowd of fans that always followed Bossier here to Allen. It was a lot of fun interacting with those guys.
And off the draw, one there and put right in front of the Allen net. There's the face-off won by Atlanta. They've won 2 out of 3. It's funny, a good buddy of mine from Sweden, he could never remember the name of their team, and he would always call me in his Swedish accent, say, when are we playing the Bedbugs again?
Bedbugs. That's
so,
hilarious.
As a going-away present when he moved to Seattle, I had a Bossier jersey that was given to me. I gave it to him so he can forever love his Bedbugs.
Nice.
Tipped ahead now towards center, played there and brought back into the zone. Here's a Bear. He'll send one through the air, grab, knocked down there by Luce as the puck comes back in front of the net. Now they take it back in behind. 17:24 left to go here in the opening period. Again, our score 0-0. Shot from the outside, and Finley says, why not? And they are ready, and that is Gustavs Gugals in net today, Maurice. This team has definitely got a flavorful group of names here. You can have a lot of fun if you like play on words.
None better than Aiden de la Gourgandier. I just call him Alphabet.
Yeah, there you go.
He gets the most money out of his name tape on the back of his sweater.
Yeah, the most. If you're going to buy his jersey, it's going to cost you a lot more, because if they're charging by the letter, it's going to be dumped in by Purcelli all the way down to the corner, played back in behind the net. 17:06 left to go here in the opening frame. One might call this Football Sunday. We'll call it Hockey Sunday here in North Texas. They're trying to get it in front of the net. Vitale with a big night last night for them with a goal and 3 helpers. A 4-point night in their 6-3 win.
Yeah, big game for him.
Now coming up towards center, knocked away. Here comes Demon, got it across, dropped off, shot in. That one knocked down in front. By the way, we get a chance to see Yeamans here today for the home crowd. They did not see him, was out of the lineup last night. Back in, he played his first game last weekend for us in Idaho. As it's going to be sent right back over the line, bouncing down in the corner. Going after it there is Luce. He'll play it back in behind the net. Now worked around. Mateer, take it away. Allen, as they work it back across. 16:05 left to go. Outside it comes. Long shot through traffic. That one goes wide. And picked up there along the wall. 15:58 to go here in the opening frame. Small crowd here, but some might be coming later. Sunday church or brunch might have held up their plans a little bit as they work it around near side. Dump back in behind the net by Cranford. He goes to the front of the net now, going down as he was pushed down there. Was our newest defenseman, Matt Schredel. Back into the zone they come. Another shot. That one knocked down by Perry right off the right wing boards. Now Myleri steps back in behind the net. 15:20 left to go in the opening frame. Again, scoreless so far here between the Americans and the Gladiators.
Gotta see it.
In honor of our buddy Chris Treft.
Yep.
Trefty, as he was known in the hockey world. So far, they have won 3 out of the 4 face-offs in this game.
Yep.
And shots on goal, 4-2 in favor of Allen. And the one thing, and players always talk about this, Mo, these early games, I mean, it gets you out of your routine, right? I mean, this is normally afternoon nap time for them, so you wonder if you're going to come out playing a little bit sluggish early on in a early afternoon game.
Yeah, it can happen, but the good thing is it's early in the season and they're not really dealing with a lot of bumps and bruises just yet. Later on in the year, it definitely takes its toll.
Shot in, fired wide. Myleri over to grab it along the boards as we are just underway here in the opening period. Bear watching as the Gladiators take it to the front of the net. Fosse tipped it back outside, shot through traffic. That one goes wide. And Myleri had his man tied up in behind the net. Another guy who had a big game last night, Miller, had a pair of goals. Tipped it around in behind the net. Finley knocked it back in behind the Perry net. Oh, watch out there, referee. We'll get you tonight's starting officials coming up here in a moment. As they tip it back across the line. Got a man coming through, right circle. There's a shot. Perry makes the save, and big pickup there by Dial. That's where they scored a lot of their goals last night.
Yeah, absolutely. When you give up that big rebound right there in the slot, Dial was right there to pick it up. Exactly what you need on the back check.
Oh, and traffic in front of the net. A little help there, too, for Gregals as his defenseman went down, put a body in front. Now they're trying to get it across. Graves. Here's a shot. That one up high, went over the top of the crossbar. Now Asachuk tipped it up towards center. They get it again. Here's Gisevich. Tipped it down in behind. Here's Galley on the far side. He got tangled up there with Gisevich. Coming over to help out Chad Butcher. It's underway here in the opening period. Americans hockey on FloHockey TV. And those tuning in on the Americans 24/7 app. Robidoux trying to catch up to it. Here's Roby, and the shot will go wide as it wound up in behind the net. They got a man in front if they can get it to him, but no. Gregals was there and makes the save, and now we got a lot of activity going on. Everybody is trying to find somebody to dance with. And the referees are having an early brunch as Hunter Monitor is the referee this afternoon. Michael Miggins, 47, one of the linesmen, and Jake Pugh, number 88, is the other. So just the single referee system here again this afternoon. No score, 13:28 left to go in the opening period. The score is 0-0. Allen and Atlanta back after this.
Step 2, start your deal with Explore Payments, Value Trade-In, or a free credit check. Step 3, complete paperwork online, over the phone, or in person. Step 4, pick up your vehicle or schedule valet delivery. It really is that easy, and you control the process. Visit us 24 hours a day at relaxedennison.com.
Welcome back here to CUTX Event Center as the Americans and the Atlanta Gladiators are tied 0-0. Tommy Daniels alongside Maurice Fitzgerald. Happy to be calling this game for you on a Sunday afternoon, cloudy, rainy day in North Texas. And Chase Perry scoops that one up and holds on.
Well, we get started here on the power play for Atlanta. Getting the first one, Robideau goes off for cross-check. Look at that shot count right now, 7-3 in favor of the Americans. So that's a pretty solid start so far, but we'll see how quickly these Gladiators tighten that shot count down with man advantage.
Marcineau in to win the draw. That's one of his specialties. That's his second win of the game, and the puck is sent down the ice as Grigols will play it back in behind the net. Tommy Daniels, Maurice Fitzgerald here, coming to you from the Credit Union of Texas Event Center in the beautiful Allen, Texas. Again, Perry with the stick makes a save and decides to just pick that baby up.
Oh, yeah, you got to make sure you maintain possession of that puck right away off that save, and it was a pretty soft one, so he was just able to knock it down with the stick, scoop it up. 1:33 to go in the penalty to Robideau.
Face-off coming to the left of the Perry net. Allen wins another. And this time Asachuk in there taking the draw. We know where he learned his trade there. I mean, that would be his buddy Casey Piero Zabatel will go down as one of the best ever in this league.
Yeah, Zabby was awesome in the circle, and he taught Asachuk everything he knew.
Yeah.
But not everything that Zabby knows.
And Asachuk wins another as Larry will send one off the boards. And down the ice, Grigols will play it back in behind with 1:25 left to go in the man advantage for Atlanta. Up on the near wing, crossing the line, trying to get it in front, tipped away, came right to Hebert, and he will deliver that puck down the ice as the Americans will get some fresh bodies on the ice. Talked to Chad last night for quite a while after the game, very late. So, oh, you're not sleeping either, huh? I didn't think you would be. Tough loss for all involved here yesterday. Diao along the boards. Puck comes down towards the corner. Taken now. Sylvester trying to slide it in front. They score. And Atlanta is on the board first, and it's a power play goal. And they take a 1-0 lead on their sixth shot of the night.
And just a quick feed in front. I couldn't tell if it went off the stick of a Gladiator player or if it went off of one of the Americans players from this angle that we're at here. We'll have to wait for the replay, which is coming up now. No, it's not. We'll have to wait for that replay to be able to tell for sure. But either way, the Americans down by one with 49 seconds remaining in that power play. 3 shots was all it took for the Gladiators with the man advantage to get that one goal. Maybe we'll have a repeat of last night. They get the first goal, the Americans tie it up, and then they'd come away with the win.
If I knew that was the way it was going to end, I am buying you a drink, sir. I would be totally on board. And the puck coming all the way down in the corner. Played in behind the net. Shredel put it along in the right wing boards. Now picked up again by Atlanta. They turn the puck over. Finley tipped it very conveniently through the legs of Doherty. And we get a whistle here.
Yeah, another penalty. Slashing is called. It's going to go against Allen again. So right back into the box the Americans go. And it's going to be Dow who's going to get the penalty. So just shortly after getting the first one, giving up that goal with the man advantage, Gladiators are going to come right back with another power play.
It's tough. I mean, you know, the one thing about this Atlanta team, and this is only their third game of the year, they only played one last weekend. This team got better as the game went on.
Yep.
I mean, they a little slow to start out, but they really took over the momentum in the second period, and then the third they owned. And that's why you really wanted to see confidence from the very beginning coming out here. I told Hargrove, I saw him this morning, I said, boy, great start for you. You know, with a pair of goals last night, kind of what you want to see from your captain. But You know, the problem is Coach said there were too many passengers last night on board. So
Hargrove arguing that faceoff should have come out of the zone. From this angle, it definitely went off with a Gladiator player, so it should have come out of the zone.
De La Gorgine-Dier, and will chase after that loose puck down in the corner.
De La G.
Yes. I love it. Here they come the other way. Gladiators across the Allen line, right side. As Miller took it back in behind the net, pressure by Larry. As they announce a penalty here in the building, and you saw it now. And there's going to be a penalty for sure. And the question is, how many's going here?
Just one. Hargrove put out a perfectly legal hit. And, of course, as you'd expect, the Atlanta players didn't like it too much, so Cranford came over and jumped him. So he'll probably get 2 for a rough. And that is the call with 1:25 to go in the penalty to Dow that will even things up to 4-on-4. But he Cronwalled him on that one. It was a good hit. And you can see that's leadership right there. Hargrove, he's getting out there and trying to get everybody going. Delivering some big hits and trying to make some plays happen. That's Colton Hargrove for you. That's why he's the leader of this team.
So the Americans will end up with some power play time here. Americans were 0 for on the power play last night, 0 for 3. Atlanta was 1 for 3. Off the draw, puck comes back in, coming around far wing boards. Bear went over to put a check on. Puck came in front. Luce will grab it right in front of his net. Off the back wall comes Matier in behind. Matier shifting the other direction now. Starts up on the left wing. There is 10:57 left to go here in the scoreless, or excuse me, 1-0 Atlanta. But the Americans will end up with a power play here at the end of this. As it's put in behind the net. Galley worked it around. Now Broussard off a stick. They turn it over. Shot. Perry had to jump up for that one. Use the chest to keep that one out. Knocked off the boards over on the far wing. 10.5 to go. Gladiators starting up right side. And they get it across the line. There's a shot in and again. Perry makes the save. He's been good. And again, we never got to see a replay on that goal. I know you said it might have gone off one of our sticks.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to tell from this angle because we're really right alongside. There's the hit right there, and it was kind of a mini Cronwall that Hargrove had thrown. And he missed the player most of the way, but it was still a good hit. But yeah, from this angle, it looked like it could have gone off one of our players. We'll have to look at and see if we can get a replay after this period. Get a better look.
Face-off will be coming shortly. Arsenault will step out. And our captain will take a place in the circle. Knocked away, tipped off the boards. And Prokop worked it across. Got it back up top, over now on the left side. 10-12 to go in the period. There is 15 seconds left in the Allen penalty as Perry is pretty good screen there put up by Gisevich, and Perry kind of just looked around and just reached out and grabbed that puck. Look, as you see in front, he didn't have a really good view where that puck was going.
No, he didn't. He had two good guys, good-sized guys right there, Hargrove and Gisevich. They were battling fiercely in front of the net, and he was able to see through that and crack it all the way, which is tough when you get two big guys like that in front battling.
Off the draw, worked across. Prokop takes it back. There's a shot through traffic, and Perry looking for it, wound up along the wall. And now Larry put it back outside. Gisevich, as the Americans go on a power play now. There is 30 seconds left in their man advantage. Larry coming to center on the far wing. Diao left it outside there for Marcineau. Shots are 9-7 here in favor of Atlanta. They have the last 5 in a row. Here's Larry. Worked it, fired through traffic. A little deflection as Hargrove in front of the net. Now tipped back in behind. Hargrove sent it around the boards. Only 3 seconds left to go. Larry got a fire. He does. Rebound in front. Oh, Hargrove with a great opportunity, and he fired it just a tad too high. Look out in front of the net. Another shot. And that one, Marcineau looking for a little twine there. And we'll get a stoppage in play as the goalie's down in the net.
Yeah, the net's off the moorings and the goalie's down. And
take a timeout here. 75-second timeout. 1-0 Atlanta. You're watching Allen Americans hockey. Back after this timeout.
At Classic of Texoma, we want you to be in the driver's seat, which is why we created Classic Valet. Want to check your credit, value your trade, and calculate payments from your home? No problem. Want to browse online but then get assistance in person? No problem. You can come to us or we can come to you for sales and service. We can complete your paperwork online, over the phone, or in person. Visit us at relaxeddenison.com and see why we say relax and enjoy the difference.
Dr. Ross J. Miller, DDS, is a longtime partner of Allen Americans Hockey. Dr. Ross J. Miller has been serving the Allen community since 2007. While most visits to the dentist are not fun and sometimes painful, Dr. Ross Miller and his great staff will do their best to make your visit not only enjoyable, but comfortable as well. Go to where the Allen Americans players go to get their dental work done. Visit Dr. Ross J. Miller at 915 West Exchange Parkway in Allen. Make your appointment today by calling 972-727-1200.
It's Allen Americans Hockey on Mixler.com.
Welcome back to CUTX Event Center. And the Americans and the Gladiators, Atlanta up on a 1-0 lead here. The Americans had a very brief power play. Had a couple good chances there at the end, especially the captain, Colton Hargrove.
yeah, he was definitely battling hard. I like when you see those guys working hard to the net like that, trying to get those greasy goals, and the net's off the mooring again. And Spencer Aschuk tried pushing it back on, but it was not quick enough. He got pushed into that net. He was trying to put it back on, but didn't work out.
Mentioned one change in the Allen lineup today. Brodzinski is out, and Yeamans is in.
Doing the yeoman's work, Yeamans is. So they're going to take that face-off outside the zone.
Not yeoman's work, but Yeaman's work, right?
Yeah, Yeaman's work today.
Love it. Aschuk patiently awaiting. Pearson ready to step in, take the draw. Still have a conversation going on over at the Allen bench.
Yeah, he's going to both benches. He went over to Atlanta first and then to Allen from there.
Backover talking to Derek Nesbitt, the head coach of the Atlanta Gladiators. We have 8:39 left to go here in the opening period. 1-0 in favor of Atlanta.
And we
get a whistle?
Yeah, we got a tripping call. You had your choice for that one, tripping, interference, whatever it was that you wanted to call. Stopping the Americans player from chasing down the puck is what happened there, because Mari's going to be off for 2. So the Americans on the power play now, a full 2 minutes. Hopefully we stay on the box.
The only goal of this game came at the 7:44 mark of the opening period. Fossier with his third from Sylvester and Prokop. And for the second game in a row, they have a power play goal.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was saying the Americans might want to try to stay on the box here, because then they get the full 2-minute man advantage rather than having these 4-on-4s like we've been seeing.
Yeah. Larry takes it up top. Worked it over now to the right side through traffic, and then Aschuk parked it in front of the net. Marcineau shot went just a hair wide. Back out to Marcineau again for his shot. That one knocked away, and it's swatted out of midair and down the ice. It was just like, get off my lawn, and sent the length. As we have 8:04 left to go here in the opening frame. Finley, that was close to knee on knee.
Nah, Finley tried jumping out of the way, and you get a guy Finley's size who's not a really big guy, and he runs into a guy the size of Sylvester, and it's going to look pretty dramatic.
Here's Larry starting up on the right side. Finley, he'll get it across the line, trying to knock it away, coming back towards center. Finley tipped it, now left side McCauley. And he brings it back into the zone. Right wing pass right in front of the Atlanta bench. Dump back on a backhand in behind the net. We have 7:17 left to go. Tipped away. Americans trying to get possession there. And now the Gladiators coming the other direction. Back into the zone they come. Fosse trying to get it in front. And he walks to the front of the net for his second goal of the game. Just up and over the top of the glove of Chase Perry. And the Gladiators made it look easy there. And we talked about last night, they were having way too of an easy time getting in front of the net with no defensive help. There was a pretty good example.
Yeah, Williams, he was back defending him, and on that one, he just powered around him and was able to put over top Perry. Some defense wants to do is try to step in a little earlier and try to get that contact, try to knock him off that puck. Something we're not seeing last night, we're not seeing tonight.
Off the face-off, Diao, and it's going to be won by Atlanta. So we've been the guys scoring the shorties all year, and now Atlanta serves one right back in our face. But that for Fossier, he's got a power play goal and a shorthanded goal in this game.
Pretty solid game, going to be bucking for first star.
Here's McCauley. Shots, 10 for Atlanta, 13 for Allen. And this power play has looked not so good. Back to full strength. Outside it comes Broussard, worked it now left wing. Galley through traffic, knocked down in front of the net by McCauley. And Diao collide back in behind the net. Over in the corner. Here comes Atlanta, head to center. Back across the line, into the zone. Knocked away again. And it's going to roll on its side back to center. Quickly, Mateer dumps it back into the Allen end. Perry plays it back in behind the net. 5:59 to go, opening frame, 2-0 Atlanta. Special teams, the key here for them in this opening frame. Now Robidoux coming to center. Dumped across the line. Percelli will chase after it again. Mateer got there first. As Roby went down, now that he gets an extra chop on the way. Roby, got to be careful. As Luce, who's a big kid, goes off for a change. Game's starting to get physical here. And usually the second of a back-to-back will have that flavor. As Yeamans put it across the line, Broussard trying to avoid the check. Mateer coming in to finish as the puck goes back in behind the net. 5:19 left to go in the opening frame. That one's still with the advantage in shots on net, but they have made their opportunities count here with a pair of special teams goals. And now you got a pair swung around there. There was Marcineau and their captain Graves, and we'll get another 75-second timeout. So Atlanta puts one more on the board. 5:01 to go here in the opening frame, and the score is 2-0 Atlanta. Back in a moment.
Favorite Southern classics made from scratch daily. If you're a breakfast or dinner guy like me, then Ellen's has your menu. Steak and eggs, mushroom, garlic scramble, shrimp and grits, or one of my favorites, pancake pot pie, loaded with layers of pancakes, sweet maple sausage, bacon, hash browns, and so much more. Ellen's is open Monday through Friday, 10 to 9, Saturday, 7 to 9, and Sunday, 7 to 2. Ellen's is located at 210 South Central Expressway in Allen.
Fast Talk Urgent Care, located at 325 South Central Expressway in Allen, is dedicated to providing fast and convenient urgent care and on-site services. COVID-19 is affecting us all, and as a result, a group of doctors, Dr. Drury Van Ark and Dr. Lee, recognize the need for safe and convenient urgent care to be provided in a number of ways. Dr. Van Ark is the father of former Allen Ice Angel and now Tennessee Titans cheerleader Anissa. The next time you need urgent care, visit Fast Talk Urgent Care, supporters of the Americans, and here to help you recover quickly.
This is the place to be for Allen Americans hockey. Mixler.com.
Well, we have 5:01 left to go here in the opening frame, and the Americans trail 2-0. All right, what's your game plan here? How do you get back into this game?
No, just got to keep putting pucks in net. Got to be better positionally, especially in front of your own net. Defense has do a much better job of pushing guys to the outside. That one right there, they just powered around. You got to stay with your opponent there and make sure that puck carrier gets pushed to the outside or put a body on him.
Atlanta's got a big team. They got some big bodies. You saw that back there. You know, it's hard to knock down an Abear or a Hargrove, and that loose man. He's a big kid, and they have a lot of contracted guys on this player, and a lot of young players. So it's a skilled team. You can't give these guys advantages like this, like we have been. You know, especially last night in that second period, and it was just a little surprising how they were able to kind of walk their way to the front of the net.
Yeah, no, it was definitely. But the good sign tonight is Allen right now, even though they're down by 2, they are leading the shot count 13-10. So that's a big change from last night.
And back in the corner, dumped around. Shredder trying to put it in front. Knocked off the boards. Marcineau centering pass. McCauley coming left wing, looking for room. McCauley backhander right on. Oh, what a great save. Gustavs Gregals with the save of the game here. That was how about the pretty move, though, by McCauley? A little forehand to backhand.
Yeah, he took it, as you said, to the backhand, and a good, nice move, cutting back across it. A really good backhand shot, which is one of those difficult shots goaltenders hate because it's hard to track and note the release on it. And that's why he was able to keep that one ice level. And it was a good stop by Gregals, which I'm sure, I wondered if his nickname is Giggles. It should be.
Oh, no. We wish we had another game because I might reach out to their broadcaster, Liam, to find out. It's always fun to know these nicknames of these players, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
As they work it ahead now, off the right wing boards and past Fosse. He's done all the damage in the game for Atlanta. Up to center. Dial, right wing pass. Hebert trying to get around the D, trying to push it in front. Ends up back in behind. 4:13 to go in the period. Americans hockey this afternoon coming to you from CUTX Event Center. And the final game of a 2-game series. Last game against these guys in the regular season this year. Tipped away by Finley. Comes right back in. Perry will play that one around in behind the net. Left it there. While Larry takes charge back in behind the goal. On the left side, Diao coming to center. Off a stick. Picked up there. Dumped. Now Diao took it back away. Trying to sneak his way through. Cut off in front. Slides right into the glove of Gregals. And a save made by the Atlanta netminder. We've seen both goaltenders harming. Just got the start last night. You know, he looked a little shaky early on in the game. But, you know, had a nice finish and really gained confidence as the game went on. You know, for us, still go back to what we talked about it during the pregame show and the 2 5-on-3s that we were only able to muster up a total of 3 shots on 2 5-on-3s.
Yeah, that's not going to cut it. Definitely something they need to improve on. Dial that is explaining to the referee the finer points of slashing as he took one across the hands. The official didn't call it. He was not happy with that.
As they send it down in the corner, tipped around the boards. Robidoux had it knocked away. They're both going after the puck and behind the net. Atlanta in the white sweaters, the Americans in their Texas sweaters, trying to walk it in front again. Another shot through traffic. Blocked, save made, rebound loose. Finally grabbed by Allen. As a little tip off the boards coming all the way back into the Atlanta zone. 3 minutes and 2 seconds left to go in the opening period. 2-0 in favor of the Gladiators. Dumped along the boards. Butcher trying to get it out. Stolen away again. Gisevich with the puck. Got it across. There's a shot through traffic by Whelan. Another crack from the outside. They save it. Perry's got it. Closes up the 5-hole. But again, Gisevich with a big body in front. And we got an injured player down, though.
Yeah, we got an injured player down in front of that. We got a scrum going on the other side. Can't read the number on who's down in front of that. I think he might have taken the puck, but camera's on the little tussle on the other side.
It's like Schradal.
Schradal, yeah.
And obviously McCauley is going to go to the box. Both will.
So you can see on the replay what happened here.
Oh, McCauley's ready to go. He throws that helmet. They're both ready to go. They want to dance.
Let him go. Let him go.
Let him go.
This is something I really don't. If 2 guys want to go, let them go. No sense in manhandling to the box because the minute they come out, they're going to go. You know,
get the crowd going, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about minor league hockey, and the officials not the most popular names in the building right now. Hunter Mottinger, Michael Miggins, Jake Pugh. There will be a conversation over at the penalty box.
Costi having some words with the linesman over there.
Well, he's obviously not happy and has every right to be upset. His team's down 2-0. Talked about it this morning. We're watching some video down in his office before the game and just kind of looking at where the mistakes happened last night. And, you know, he said, look, everybody's human, right? I mean, we're all going to make mistakes out there, but he said, it's the simple mistakes that drives you crazy. It's like knowing where your man is, right? Don't leave your man. You know better, you know, and that's one of the tough things early start to the season.
He's probably getting a 10. See if the score sheet has been updated yet.
So far, just each have the 2, but obviously, you know, with 2:43 left to go in the period, technically they could come back out. So there's, well, now they're both going to go. So they probably both got a 2 and a 10.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the 2 and 10. If they want to go, let them go. Let them earn the 5, and then they sit and it's over and done with.
So where we stand here late in this opening period, shots in favor of Allen, 15-13. The score in favor of Atlanta, 2-0. They have made the most of special teams with a shorty and a power play goal.
They've done real well tonight. We'll just have to see if the Americans get through the next 2:43, reset, come back out in the second.
Still like your theory again last night, the 2-goal lead. The 2-goal lead, as well as, you know, hey, last night we had the 3-1 lead. They came back and won the game. Maybe the second period will be our period. So McCauley gets a double minor for roughing. As a matter of fact, they both got a double minor for roughing.
Yeah, so with the 2.5 to go, they figured the double minors, just let him go sit off for a couple minutes there, just a couple minutes ago.
And we have 2:13 left to go in the opening frame, up off the near wing boards. A little battle there, right in front of the penalty box. Arsenault trying to free up that loose puck. Finally does come loose, and it's going to, speaking of loose in pursuit. Puck back from the outside, shot through traffic, and no problem for Gustav Grigals, who had that all the way, with 1:54 left to go here. And the Americans still looking for their first goal.
Well, you know, sometimes you got a guy like Robideau, he gets out there, and they know that Atlanta's going to try to get him spun up too, because he's a spunky player to begin with, and he definitely loves to get physical. So they know, give him an extra chop. Maybe they can draw a penalty, or maybe get something going. But obviously they're looking for a penalty to get the power play.
And the puck coming back into the Allen zone. Treadle in there to pick it up. Knocked ahead towards center. And back towards their own end. Talley, who had a huge game last night. These good young players on this roster coming back in behind the net. A little battle in behind the cage. Now Tip Vitelli coming along the boards. A little help in there. Finley trying to knock it away. 1:20 left to go in the opening frame. Vitelli takes a hit there from Diao. Put a backhander across, though, kept in as Sharabia worked it back around near side. Fossier tipped it down in the corner. Miller. So what a big game last night with a pair of goals. 1 minute to go in the opening period. Finally coming. Butcher, right side, trying to get around his man. Lost the puck. We'll get to the blue line. Tapped away. 50 seconds left to go in the opening period. And the whistle. Puck coming the other way. 48.4 seconds left to go in the opening frame. Man, I'll tell you what, I got up this morning and was just immediately went right to work. Did you go check and see if there was any pop-up wings anywhere in the office?
No, I did not. I was expecting you to
no, man, you're the guy that you can sniff out that food miles away. So I figured if anybody would be on it, Mo Fitz would. There's a shot by Larry from the outside. Rebound in front and just out of the reach Americans had traffic in front of the net. Could not get on that loose puck. Dump back in behind by Larry. Williams. He'll dump it across the ice to Finley. Backhander trying to get it across the line. It's going to roll down in the corner. 25 seconds left to go. Robidoux coming in to do what Roby does. A little hit in there. A love tap on Mateer. Now picked up by Roby again at center. He'll backhand one across the line all the way back down in the corner. Played there by Grigals. Now Mateer with 7 seconds left to go in the period. Trying to push it away. 1 second. That will do it for the opening frame. Long first period, huh, Mo?
It was. It definitely, there was a lot of stoppages, a lot of penalties. So one of those things that it just kind of broke that momentum up. Last night, that first period seemed to fly by pretty quick.
Yeah, it did. We'll have a guest coming up. The other majority owner of the Allen Americans, LaSonia Jack, will be coming in. We'll have her on the broadcast. We're going to talk to Rick Goslin at some point here. But in the meantime, we've got to fix what's going on wrong here in Allen.
Yeah, the shots are not the problem tonight. 17-14, they're leading by 3, which is good. But the big critical thing right now for Allen is make sure you clear out the front of the net. And obviously do a better job at the other end. Because right there, that last scrum there, that they had that puck in front of the net, they just couldn't get in position. Atlanta had good support. They had 2 men in front of the net covering the rebounds, so the Americans have to penetrate that and make sure they stop it the other way.
2-0 Atlanta after 20 minutes of play. Tommy Daniels, Maurice Fitzgerald, and you are watching Allen Americans hockey. Back after this timeout.
From Plano to Denton down to Louisville too.
At Huffines, my experience was quick, easy, and hassle-free, and they treated me like family.
And when you come to Huffines, buy with confidence, knowing both locations of Huffines Hyundai are J.D. Power, dealers of excellence for the customer sales experience. And every new Huffines Hyundai comes with 3 years free maintenance.
This is Gary Hirsch of Hirsch Especially Meats. People often ask me, what is special about Hirsch Especially Meats? Well, first of all, we only carry the top 3 grades of beef. And we have hard-to-find cuts, like California Tri-Tip and Brazilian Picanha, as well as center-cut finger bones. We have over 2 dozen shop-made fresh and smoked sausages. For example, our cheeseburger sausage and hard-to-find South African borzoi. With approaching holidays, you may want to consider Hirsch's gift card. Hirsch's is a real meat store for the real meat carnivore.
In Plano, Northwest corner of Parker and Hirsch'sMeats.com.
Please welcome to the ice.
Presents what real tastes like.
The classic double-double.
Is being officiated by Sandy Road.
The juiciest, tastiest burger you will ever have.
I love it so much.
Just deliciousness.
The ultimate burger.
Genuine people, genuine food, genuine passion. It's what's made In-N-Out, since 1948.
$1,719 divided by 2,300. Oh, wait.
What the heck are you doing, Ed?
I'm doing the math, sir.
Doing the math?
Yes, sir.
Why, Ed?
It's simple, sir. Jimmy John's can make a sandwich in 25 seconds, right?
Right.
So during this 30-second commercial, our 2,300 Jimmy John stores will make 4,719 sandwiches, right?
If you say...
What would it take to make 5,000 sandwiches in a radio commercial?
I don't know. What would it take, Ed?
Well, we could speed up our sandwich-making system.
But that would compromise our famous Jimmy John's quality.
Exactly. Then it hit me.
Uh-oh.
We could buy 32-second commercials.
32-second commercials?
Yes, sir. In 32 seconds, Jimmy John's will make exactly 5,000 sandwiches.
But you can't buy 32-second commercials, Ed.
You can't?
No.
Oh, crap.
My Community Credit Union in Allen is the presenting sponsor of the Teacher of the Month. Each month, we recognize a teacher in Collin County for their hard work and dedication. At My Community Credit Union, their passion is in making every member and future member a financial success story. My Community Credit Union is a full-service credit union. For auto loans, home loans, and individual retirement accounts, contact My Community Credit Union at 432-640-0127 or visit them at 721 South Central Expressway in Allen, right next to Two Rows.
Allen Americans Hockey on Mixler.com.
And welcome back to CUTX Event Center. The Allen Americans are trailing the Atlanta Gladiators by a score of 2-0 after 20 minutes of play. Well, big day here in Allen. We have a wedding going on down on the ice, and we have the other half of the majority owners of your Allen Americans. That would be Miss L.J. Lasonia Jack. Darling, great to have you up here in the booth. Tell us about your experience here at Allen this weekend. I know you want wins, but they're coming.
Yes, they're coming. Actually, this has been absolutely fabulous. The fans came out in full force. We had a good time, and as well as the players. They played their heart out, which is totally exciting and what is expected from Allen Americans.
As a matter of fact, I told LJ yesterday coming in, I said, we really want you to come on the broadcast. She said, you talk to Miles first, and then I'll jump in after, and Mama can kind of clean up, right? So tell us about the whole experience. I asked, Miles yesterday, how did the whole thing come about? Mm-hmm. If somebody would have told you 6 months ago that you would become a majority owner of a hockey team in Dallas-Fort Worth, what would you say?
Well, first of all, I would have told them I'm dreaming because this is like a dream come true. First of all, let me just say the city, phenomenal.
Yeah.
We met some of the great business owners here, people that are tied to the schools and the educational programs, the military, and it feels like we're dreaming. And I say that because it is an ultimate great experience, and everybody should love hockey. So come on out to a game for sure.
So, and when she said she jumped right in,
yes.
that is true. She's getting involved with the chambers and getting involved. You know our mayor. You met him at the, and he's a big hockey supporter. Always been a big supporter of this team. So you start at the top and work your way down. But, I mean, that's the way you win, right? Especially in minor league sports. You go to a Cowboys game, you're never going to get an opportunity to meet, Dak Prescott or Pollard. But, the one thing we love to do here, and fans really get to know the players. And I know that's the one thing you said is I want to be involved. I want people to feel like they can approach me on the concourse if they have a problem, not just to tell me things are great. They want to hear what's going on.
Absolutely. And what the good thing about Miles and I is we roll up our sleeves. We are involved in every aspect of the operation, from the marketing, from even the nice jerseys that you're wearing, which we'll have a new line of some stuff coming out for our fans. And guess what? We heard from them. So that came direct feedback from them. But more importantly, there's 4 focus areas for us. Education with the schools. We want schools and the teachers to come out, and the kids and the youth, which is very important. Our military family is very, very important for us. So we want to make sure that businesses get involved, and we salute them.
I guess she
the wedding.
She said I do.
Yes, she said yes with Allen Americans. Ooh, wonderful. And then the last thing is our business community.
Yes.
And I call it our small business and our big business. We think everybody should have a part of Allen Americans, and we're excited to bring a part of that to them.
So here we are on the 29th of October. What is your kind of looking ahead, because I know you guys have a game plan. Right. Miles has said, hey, we've got big things coming. So look ahead, a year from now. What changes do you want to make here?
Well, not many, believe it or not. The things we're going to do is fine-tweak the great things that are already happening here at Allen. If you look across, there is 4 championships across the way.
Yes.
We want to win. We're going to ensure that we give the players the support and every opportunity to compete in ECHL, which is a wonderful organization for us to be a part of.
It's great. It's a family affair. It truly is. With I call her LJ. She said, "Call me LJ." That's in Grandma. And wait till you meet Lasonia's mom.
Yes.
She is a doll. It's a family affair. You guys are all involved. I love it. You brought a lot of people here. A lot of folks who maybe are. I talked to one gentleman who was in your group yesterday and said, I don't know a lot about hockey, but you know what? I'm going to learn.
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, it takes one time.
Yeah.
A lot of people said, have you, and I walk around, Alan, I ask people, have you been to a hockey game? And if I get someone that says no, I said, I got something for you.
Absolutely.
Please get your ticket and come and join this great family atmosphere and entertainment.
We also were able to get Miles out on skates this week out on the ice. So he came to me and said, Tommy, I want to get out there on the ice. I said, oh, do you mean like, no, I want to go right now. So we went into the community rink. We found a pair of skates for him. I went in, I said, let me go get a couple of our players to guide you around the ice. So I went and got my Larry and Hargrove. By the time I came back out, he was already on the ice.
Wow.
He's amazing. All right, that's it. I guess we have to wrap this up here quickly. The beautiful LJ, Tommy Daniels here on the intermission with the Americans trailing 2-0. Back after this timeout.
North Star difference. Their unwavering commitment to excellence and patient-first approach makes North Star Diagnostic Imaging the leading provider in sophisticated diagnostic imaging in Collin County. North Star is the only outpatient facility able to offer advanced, non-invasive procedures at multiple locations. North Star Diagnostic Imaging, located at 997 Raintree Circle, Suite 110 in Allen. To book an appointment, call 972-954-8001 or visit their website at northstardiagnosticimaging.com.
Optimum Business is Texas's go-to connectivity provider for best-in-class internet, TV, phone, and mobile services and 24/7 live customer support. Our experts are focused on growing your business and dedicated to your continued success. Learn more at optimum.com/business.
Get extra napkins when you order a hot and juicy quarter pounder. A normal amount of napkins just won't do. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. If you're ordering it,
Ready to refinance? The loan experts at Commercial Bank of Texas could save you thousands. Interest rates have fallen to historic lows, and your CBTX personal banker is ready to help you lock in a low 30-year fixed rate. Or take advantage of our home equity and home improvement loans. It's easy to apply, and our loan experts are by your side every step of the way. Commercial Bank of Texas. That's banking Texas style. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who miss the fairway all day and still pull out the big stick, the type of guys who will always prefer to be behind the grill than in front of the camera, and the men who never let their friends forget about a high school nickname. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Who wants to settle for a single TV? With more TVs, bigger screens, plus our fabulous scenic views, there's more to watch at Twin Peaks.
This is for the men.
Visit Hershey's Specialty Meats. Hello, my name's Gary Leach, and I'm owner of Hershey's Special Meats in Colorado. 25 years ago, we opened Hershey's Meats because we knew at that time the chain stores were trying to give you the most meats you need to live. Well, we went in another direction, and we only carry the highest quality meats, poultry, and chocolate sausages and vegetable products. When it comes to meat, there's no such thing as a good deal. You get exactly what you pay for.
Hershey's Specialty Meats, northwest corner of Parker and Alma, online at hershesmeats.com.
Time for your Americans First Intermission Update. Back to the broadcast booth with the voice of the Allen Americans. Here's Tommy Daniels.
And welcome back here to CUTX Event Center. We are through 20 minutes of play. The Allen Americans are trailing 2-0. One went wrong in that opening period.
Well, a lot of things. There were a lot of positional mistakes made by the Americans, not able to get the passes cleanly across, not able to cash in front, and of course, obviously, the power plays go back and forth. And getting those 4-on-4s when you had a 5-on-4, when you get the extra man and you kind of lose that and you get a 4-on-4, that's tough too. You can't get that rhythm going, but Atlanta's doing a good job.
I thought Chase Perry played well. I did. I mean, he fought off a lot of shots. Just got to get some help in front of the net. It seems like we're preaching that message, but a couple of those goals, and again, the one where Fossier walked in alone, which turned out to be the shorty, walked in front of the net, that's, as Coach Costello would say, that's unacceptable.
Yeah, absolutely. And, defense got to do a much better job clearing out in front of the net. They need to make sure that the offense at the other end make sure that they get a good solid position in front of the net. And the one thing Atlanta's doing a really good job is giving a lot of puck support. That's not something the Americans have given experience. So hopefully they'll pick that up here in second, third.
I like Colton Hargrove's game. He missed last weekend. Had some other commitments that he couldn't be here, but again, he was right in front of the net today doing his damage. He got mixed up in a little scrum earlier in the game with a guy who's about his size. So Hargrove, when he's invested in, that's when the Americans play well. And you kind of lead by example, right? He's the captain of his team. If he's going, you would hope other people would follow and jump in line.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what the captain's got to do. He's got to get out there, lead by example, make sure that he's throwing a body, which he's doing, making plays in front, and hopefully the players will pick up on that and they'll do the same thing. But love the hits he's throwing today, getting really physical out there.
Special teams, again, the key for the Gladiators. We mentioned the power play goal. by Fossier early in the game, and then he follows up with a shorthanded goal. Last weekend it was us, speaking of the Americans, with all the shorthanded and opportunities and power play goals. We scored 3 shorties last weekend in 2 games. We give up the one here today. I know it's tough, especially you play these early games. A lot of guys are out of the routine right now. But, hey, it's the same for both teams, right? I mean, Atlanta, they get up and they lace their skates the same way the Americans do. And they've been the better team for the second game in a row. Concerned, or is it just too early in the season to tell?
Still too early because you're working out your positional, not your positional, but your system stuff, which is what Coach Costello's doing now. You got to make sure you have the right personnel in the right position, you have the right line combinations, everything else, and then things will gel. Last year it took till about the turn of the year for the Americans to really start turning things around. So hopefully it'll be sooner this year. But he knows what he's doing. He's going to get the right people in.
Another thing that was brought up too. Well, I got a message from a fan. So we don't know these guys. We haven't seen them, and it's a completely different team from the last time we played them. But again, it's the same for both teams. They don't know our lineup, we don't know them. You do your scouting, and hopefully our guys did the homework. And you need a good start here to the second period. And you talked about it last night. Maybe it's going to be the complete opposite of what we saw last evening, where we jumped out to the 1-0 lead and looked pretty good early on, and then it was Atlanta taking over. We got to do the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. The Americans have been having the past couple of years been a little slow to start in the first period. They pick it up as the game goes on. Maybe that will be the case tonight.
We have second period action coming up next. The Americans need some goals. They trail 2-0 after 20 minutes of play. Tommy Daniels and Maurice Fitzgerald on CW33. You're watching Allen Americans Hockey. Back after this.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 36th season of affordable family entertainment. ECHL would like to thank everyone for your support of ECHL hockey. The ECHL would also like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, exclusive signage provider; Athletic Knit, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; Bellevue University, official higher education partner; BFL Canada Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2024 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Dash, official mobile auction platform; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Fansays, official digital couponing platform; Flow Sports, exclusive streaming provider; Howie's Hockey Tape, exclusive hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, exclusive puck provider; and Warrior, exclusive on-ice equipment provider and title sponsor of the 2024 ECHL All-Star Classic. Catch all of the ECHL action live in high definition by logging on to FloHockey.tv.
Ready to refinance? The loan experts at Commercial Bank of Texas could save you thousands. Interest rates have fallen to historic lows, and your CBTX personal banker is ready to help you lock in a low 30-year fixed rate. Or take advantage of our home equity and home improvement loans. It's easy to apply, and our loan experts are by your side every step of the way. Commercial Bank of Texas. That's banking Texas style. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Dr. Ross J. Miller, DDS, is a longtime partner of Allen Americans Hockey. Dr. Ross J. Miller has been serving the Allen community since 2007. While most visits to the dentist are not fun and sometimes painful, Dr. Ross Miller and his great staff will do their best to make your visit not only enjoyable, but comfortable as well. Go to where the Allen Americans players go to get their dental work done. Visit Dr. Ross J. Miller at 915 West Exchange Parkway in Allen. Make your appointment today by calling 972-727-1200.
This is for the men who never settle. The ones who refuse to let happy hour end without squeezing in one more round. The type of guys who would rather sweat from unspeakable places than stop eating the spiciest wings on the menu. And the men who still chuckle when they order their wings bone in. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Who wants to settle for a single TV? With more TVs, bigger screens, plus our fabulous scenic views, there's more to watch at Twin Peaks.
Allen's & Allen is your home for all of your favorite Southern classics made from scratch daily. If you're a breakfast or dinner guy like me, then Allen's has your menu. Steak and eggs, mushroom garlic scramble, shrimp and grits, or one of my favorites, pancake pot pie.
Welcome back here to CUTX Event Center, and we are ready ready for the start of the second period. Just like that, puck drop with offense in order for the second frame.
Yeah, absolutely. Fossier was the one doing it for Atlanta. Now we got to see who can do it for Allen.
Over on the far side, they're going to chase it down in the corner. Devin put it back in behind the net. The Americans go from the left to the right here at CUTX during this second frame. All the way down in the corner. Battle. Asachuk tipped it. Worked outside to Butcher. Coming across to Williams. He'll fire one through traffic. That one goes wide. Shots are 17-14 here in favor of Allen. A little bump there along the boards. And now it's going to come all the way back into the Allen zone. Butcher will hustle after it. And the whistle and the icing call here in the second frame.
Well, like I said, one of the good things is the shot count right now is tighter. It's 17-14 in favor of Allen. It's something that we've not seen in the first few games of the season where they've been outshot by a considerable amount, averaging about 44 shots given up a game. So that's a positive step. That's what you want to see, building on that.
Face off right down below our broadcast center. And Matt Marcineau, who has won 4 out of his first 6 here in the first part of the game. 1 minute, almost 1 minute old in the period. Pearson comes in to take the draw and he wins it. As they work it up on the right side, puck coming into the zone. Larry will chase it down. Worked it up off the far wing boards. And look at the hustle. Finley catching up to it. Trying to get it in front. Intercepted there. Good defensive play by Prokop to cut off that pass. Here's the pass over the line. Miller worked it back towards the outside. Now down in the corner. Miller back in behind the net. Dumped around to the near side boards. 18:43 to go here. 2-0 if you're just joining us. The Americans are trailing in this game. And Hargrove got tangled up there. Puck coming down in the corner. Hargrove and Marcineau both reaching in for it. Outside it comes to Finley. He'll try to fire a shot through. That one was partially blocked. Marcineau worked it back outside. Quick release. Puck loose in front. And knocked away there by Grigols. As they come the other way. Pass intended for Pearson. Comes the near side to Miller. It's going to go all the way down in the corner. Miller along the boards. Worked it. Back towards the outside. Shot through traffic. Way wide. Poked away there by Perry. And the whistle blows here early on in the second period.
Yeah. Americans are going to get another penalty. The question is, it'll be a high stick, it looks like. The question is, will it be the 2 or 4 minute? Referee checking for some blood. See if it's going to be a double minor or a standard high stick.
Well, the game, the fans kind of reflect the game here. It's been quiet, here in the second period. Not a lot of activity. So I agree with you earlier. Let the guys go, man. Yep. Got to get the crowd into the game. And so at least so far here in the second period, it's been a rather quiet building. Americans got to get a goal here just to get the fans into it.
Yeah, so right now the Americans go on the penalty kill here. 2 minutes high sticking. Strudel.
And face off to the left of Chase Perry. Won by Allen. Immediately sent off the boards and down the ice. Good job by Christopher Maleri. As it's played by Grigols back in behind the net. Prokop standing in behind his goal. Worked it around near side. Here comes Kisevich up to center. Got it across the line. Now tipped along the boards by Whelan. Sent along by Maleri. 17:40 left to go here in the period. Shot right on. Great save by Perry. Rebound again. Wow. And Larry's hurt. That is not good news. He is in some pain there as he gets up. He's going to fight it off, but you're talking about the value of that guy right there. When you need a block, who are you going to call? Larry.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see right there it was a great play by Atlanta. They had just got Perry out of position. He had to go post to post to make that stop. He did make the stop. And then the hard part is getting back as they move the puck back across, and that's where Larry comes in, drops down, and blocks the shot again. Another great job by him.
It takes a real man to do that, Maurice.
Oh, yeah. No, it's tough, especially when you are feeling it.
And a power play goal right in front of the net. Sylvester, again, how did you get alone in front of the goaltender? And that was pretty easy, just deflected at home. And it's a 3-0 lead for Atlanta. And all goals coming special teams. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh,
Bonnie's sticking in.
Box just broke down 2 guys in the corner, and there's nobody there in the slot area. He struck and streaks in and gets that quick feed, and it's a 3-0 hockey game in favor of Atlanta. 16 shots on, 3 in.
Need a response here. As the face-off will come to center. And off the draw. It's won this time by Atlanta. We have 17-18 to go here in the second period. 3-0 now in favor of the Gladiators. A couple power play goals and a shorthanded goal. Dumped in there by Williams. Puck comes in behind the net. Loose quickly off the boards. Now Marcineau trying to direct that one in front. Taken, pushed the other way. As they get it ahead to center. 16:55 left to go here in the second period. The Americans down 3-0. The bench is quiet. Not seeing a whole lot of yelling from the bench. You know, a lot of times frustration when you get yourself in a hole like this, trying to encourage you, get the guys to go on. Now looked up. Here comes Hargrove's got some room, trying to get it across for a shot, and a tremendous save by Grigols. He just got an inch of that glove on to knock that puck away. Wow.
That's all it took right there. You got Marcineau and Hargrove coming down. Hargrove feeds a great puck over to Marcineau. He was a little on the back foot when he took that shot, but still was able to rifle off a good shot and a great save by Grigols there. And that's just one of those things where the Americans have to keep going and doing that. Last night they were up 3-1. They lost game 6-3, so there was 5 unanswered from Atlanta. They can do the same here and turn the tables on that, maybe come out with a 5-3 win. But it all starts with the first goal, and the only way to do that is keep putting pucks in net.
Face off to the right of the Atlanta net. Listening in the building, and we always encourage you to bring your headset with you. Jarek and Ryan over across the way from us, listening in this afternoon on the Americans in Arena 107.3.
Yeah. Get some radios at the team store.
You're preaching to the choir, buddy. You've been talking about that for years.
I think they're going to be putting some time back on the clock, or looking at a review of something.
So obviously they're going to take a look at the goal.
The call on the ice is no goal. The play is under review. The call on the ice is no goal. Play is under review.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. What did you see on that play that would lead you to believe that it was not a goal?
I'm not sure. That's what the argument is going to be made by the Americans bench. We'll wait and see.
Did not interfere with the goaltender. Did not get the stick above the crossbar at least.
No goal.
No goal. Well, we are at the opposite end of the rink. We're not in our normal comfortable spot up top where you have a great view. And so at the other end, it's hard to see. We'll have to wait and see if we can find out maybe during the second intermission what the reasoning was for the no goal. And off the face-off, puck in the corner, tipped in behind the net to Finley. We get a whistle.
And we have a holding call. And it's going to Atlanta. Jacob Graves getting the gate here for the hold. So the Americans go on the power play. See if they can generate some offense here and try to start chipping away at the 3-goal lead that the Gladiators have.
Not a bad crowd on a Sunday, considering the Dallas Cowboys are playing across town.
Yep.
Face-off will be to the right of Gustavs Grigols. Face-off. And again, it will be Hebert to take it for Allen. Won this time again by Vitale. As the puck in the corner. Finally taken away by Hebert. Outside, the Americans getting an opportunity to score on the power play. They were not able to do that last night. They were 0 for 3. Up top it comes. Williams put it across. There's a shot through traffic. Didn't make it through. Kept in McCauley. He'll dump it down in the corner. Now Hebert working it around the boards. Bouncing puck coming back to center. Reaching out for it. Grabbing it away was Vitale. Coming back in. They got a 2-on-1 and a shot, and they score. And another shorthanded goal. Wow. So even though the power play goal was wiped out, Maurice, they score on special teams again, and this is ugly.
Yeah, it is. That's just a breakdown there defensively, coming back the other way. It ended up in a 2-on-1 situation, and they were able to rip one home to give them the 4-0 lead. So you've got power play and 2 shorthanded goals tonight so far.
So I'm getting word the reason why the goal was wiped out is because the puck never crossed the line.
Okay. So it's 2 power play, 2 shorthanded goals tonight. So they're pretty much doing everything with the special teams. It's all Atlanta today.
As they get it down in the corner, coming back in behind the net, played there and sent around on the right side. Hargrove trying to hold it in, dumped it back into his own zone. 4-0 Atlanta. 4 goals on 17 shots for the Gladiators. No goals on 19 shots for Allen. Marcineau sent it back outside by Larry through traffic. That one blocked. Look out. Got a break coming the other way. Back into the zone alone. In with a shot. And they score. Whelan and a second shorthanded goal on this power play. My goodness. And it's 5-0.
So now you got 2 power play and 3 shorthanded goals on 18 shots. And it's definitely a tough one right there. A tough day at the office for Chase Perry.
Well, in his defense, Maurice, one-on-one coming in, shorthanded opportunities, just a great pass across on the first shorthanded goal, and a great look one-on-one. And give Atlanta the credit; they've been taking it to us. They've capitalized on our mistakes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're the thing is right now is Allen power plays really not getting anything going. Now you got Robideau out there; he's going to get something going for sure. He's fiery
as it comes around to the boards. 14:34 left to go here in the second period. A 5-0 lead, and the puck will come all the way down the ice. Played there by Perry. And tipped along the wall.
American's going to go on the power play. Tripping is going to be the call. As we've got Marchessault heading off. So a very, very abbreviated 5-on-3. 4 seconds worth. Enough to get off if you can win the draw, enough to get off a set play, take a quick shot. But it'll most likely end up just staying the 5-on-4.
So power play here for Allen. They need one in the worst way. Hargrove with the shot, partially blocked. Look out, got another break coming out of the box. Back into the zone, and couldn't get the good opportunity. The rebound, where is it? Puck did not go in the net, but a power play is coming up. Is it going to be a penalty shot?
Penalty shot.
Wow.
So now, hey, see if you can get a little bit of everything. Power play goals, shorthand goals. They're going to try to go for the penalty shot goal.
Somebody's looking at the stats on this game. It's like, what in the world is happening in Allen?
Definitely a tough one. So the shooter is going to be Jacob Graves.
So their captain. And against Chase Perry. Picks up the pocket center. Over now, leaning to the left. In. Fakes the shot. And now fires. And Perry makes the save. And the crowd, maybe a bit of a sarcastic cheer.
Well, the thing about it is, you look at that on the replay, you see that he really had nothing to shoot at. Perry did a great job cutting angles, making sure he forced him to the outside, and here's the replay here. He's in deep, and he had really nothing to go with, except for trying to raise it up over top of him, but he gave him nothing to shoot at. So a great job by Chase Perry on that one.
Face off, one there, but tipped back outside. And now in the corner by Larry, back in behind the net.
2-minute treatment.
Here's Larry. So the Americans with a chance here on the power play to cut into the lead. 5 goals on 20 shots for Atlanta. Here's Larry. Worked it along the wall. Up top it comes. Worked it across to Marcineau. Playing the near side point. Trying to slide one through. Knocked away. Sylvester. Here they come the other direction. Atlanta over the line. Sylvester trying to dump it across to Doherty. Broken up by Allen. Tipped off the boards. Asachuk worked it back into his own zone. 13:20 left to go. Here's Marcineau. Dropped it off. Trying to get it across. Back into the zone. 13:14 on the clock. Puck in behind the Gurgol's net. Still pinned along the wall. Finally comes free. Worked back outside Larry. Dumped it over. Far circle. Finley in too deep. Looking. Back to the circle again. Outside Larry. Big rip. That one knocked away. Save made again by Gurgol's. On the 20th shot of the night. Even in that category, just not on the scoreboard.
Now, this is back-to-back power play for the Americans.
Oh, my goodness. That's not going to count, as obviously it came free after the whistle blew. That was clear. But how about Gurgol's, man? Well, he has made some amazing saves here in this game.
Yep, he has made some good stops, and he's getting good support in front of that as well. And that one right there, the Americans got their first shot on that power play. That was the first shot in 3.5 minutes of extra man time because it's been back-to-back power plays. In the meantime, you've had 4 shots for the Atlanta Gladiators. 2 goals, a penalty shot, and then just a regular shot shorthanded. So more offense generated by Atlanta than Allen with the extra man.
Off the draw, coming back towards the outside. Shot through traffic, partially blocked, tipped back in behind the net. Pressure being put on there by the captain Graves, tipped back towards the outside. Offsides. So the goals tonight for them, Fossier on the power play at 7:44 the first. Fossier shorthanded at 12:57 of the opening period, 2-0 after 1. Second frame, Sylvester, his first of the year, came on the power play at 2:38. Whelan and picking up the primary there. Then Miller from Vitelli shorthanded, and then Whelan scored at 5:05. And there you have it. Knock puck in back into the zone. Graves tipped it along the boards. Now coming the other way, Vitelli up on the left wing, coming across the line. The Americans fall down there. Bouncing puck, trying to get it in front. They couldn't get a shot away. We have 12:03 to go here in the second period. A very quiet building. I don't remember hearing it this quiet in a long time, Maurice.
Yeah, it's been a while since it's been this quiet, but the team has to give the fans something to get behind right now, and they're just not doing it.
So we have a 75-second timeout. 11:49 to go here in the second period. Atlanta 5, Americans nothing. This is Allen Americans Hockey.
Christine Coate, DDS, is the official oral surgeon of the Allen Americans Pro Hockey team. That means she makes the Americans smile. Dr. Koch understands that great dental care involves compassion and proficiency. That's important if she's working on you or one of the Americans. Christine Coate, DDS. Call today at 214-383-1380 or find her on the web at ccoateddsmd.com. Christine Coate, DDS. She makes the Americans smile.
Rosa. Jimmy John's. I didn't order a Jimmy John's sandwich. I know, but you probably had ordered a Jimmy John's sandwich. Of course. You're freaking fast. Okay, well then thanks. What? Thanks for choosing Jimmy John's.
Okay, you're welcome. Why me?
Jimmy John's wants to thank all our wonderful customers at all 2,300 Jimmy John's locations across America.
Well, what if I didn't happen to be a Jimmy John's customer?
Then I would thank you anticipatorily for your future Jimmy John's patronage.
Anticipate what?
It means in advance, sir.
So you plan to personally thank everyone in every town where there's a Jimmy John's?
Don't be silly, sir.
Didn't think so.
My boss will be covering the other side of the street. How's it going, boys? Oops, gotta run.
Welcome back here to CUTX Event Center. 11:49 left to go here, Maurice, in the second period. So a long time to go in this game. You can get back in it, but you got to see some life here.
Absolutely. You're not even at the midway point. You've given up 5 goals. You got to get something going. Big hit, maybe a fight if the officials will let him go, or just got to get some pucks on that, put him in. Big place is definitely needed to get this place going.
You mentioned Roby. He's one of those guys, obviously, a little ball of energy there. Yeah. He's one guy that can sometimes get out there and get everybody going, especially on the other team.
Yep.
As they have the puck back to center. Played there by Matier, worked it up on the right side. Now Broussard, backhander, and tipped down the ice. As the puck will come back in behind the net. Icing will be the call with 11:04 left to go. Hey, fans, don't forget the Allen Americans team store. If you don't have one of those brand new white sweaters, you didn't get one the last time they were in style here, they're back.
Yep.
And they were by popular demand. The fans love them. With the Americans going across the chest there, just so
sharp looking,
good looking sweaters. Go by and see Ashley in the team store and buy one now. As we have 11:02 left to go here in the second period. Again, it's a 5-0 lead for Atlanta. Very rude of them to come in and treat us like this in our own building.
Well, you know, there's a good thing about being a good host and then being a stern host. The Americans right now have been very, very generous, so they need to start getting a little stern and get back in this game as we're just out to the midway point now, just coming down to 10 minutes to go in the second period.
On the near side, too far for Hebert, and that will come back again on the icing call. Got some events coming up we want to tell you about, especially for our friends in Grayson County. On Saturday, November the 4th, it is the official grand opening of the new Chevy at Classic of Texoma, the new Chevy building. It is tremendous. I went up there to take a sneak peek. He's got a fishing pond out there for the customers while they're waiting. As the shot comes through, knocked down in front. Rebound came there to Whelan as the puck came back in behind the net. Tipped away on the far wing boards. Hebert trying to get it ahead. Here come the Americans over the line. Tipped there by Demon. Knocked back into the zone. First one to get the puck is Sylvester trying to put it in front. Knocked away. Whelan in the corner. Knocked away by Allen. Americans coming ahead now. 3-on-2 into the zone as the puck comes flying into the near corner. Hebert trying to get it in front. Asachuk with a shot. That one knocked away as it was blocked. Now Butcher in the circle. Trying to get it across, and now it's going to be dumped all the way back into the zone. Butcher back there helping out. Demon back in behind the net with 9:39 left to go in the second period. Fans asking where Ty Fournier is. He's still battling an injury. He's another one of those guys that will give you some energy out on the ice.
Oh, yeah. Well, the last name Fournier is the tell right there.
Absolutely.
Well, it's some energy. Put out a Fournier and a Robideau.
There's still some key pieces missing in this lineup. Of course, obvious Ryan Gagnon, one of the best defensemen on this team, but still Ty Farmer missing Ty.
Yep.
He's looking like mid-December for him before he comes back. Dalton Skelly, who played a lot of games for this team last year, he's looking at about 6 to 8 weeks with a lower body injury. So there are a lot of key pieces out of the lineup.
Well, that's the way it's been the past few years for Allen, especially early on in the season. They seem to get bit by the injury bug, but you know what? You'd rather have it be early on than later out in the season.
Back into the zone they come. Hargrove shot up high and wide. Off the boards, near side. Williams, he takes a little shove there. And now a hit there and behind the net. It's McCauley trying to get people fired up. Marcineau worked it back outside. Williams put it across. Myleri back down off the back wall. Taken there by Matier. Knocked away, kept in by Allen. Now Matier along the right wing boards. Again, Myleri is, look out. Doherty went up in the air. Looked like almost like a wrestling move there, you know. Come off the ropes and jump over the back. Speaking of which, are you a AEW guy at all? Wrestling?
I haven't watched wrestling in a while. I used to watch WCW back in the day. Love that.
It was kind of cool. Ric Flair came out. He I guess one night only special was there to Sting announced his retirement.
Oh, wow, nice.
The one and only Sting.
The Stinger.
In front of the net, tipped off the boards. So I bring that up. You know, Used to do the TV announcing for NWA Southwest here in Dallas.
Good old days.
So don't ask me if it's real or fake. There's a shot in from the outside. They had Purcelli in front of the net. Knocked off the boards. Finley put it back up top. 7:57 to go in the period. Shots are 24-20. Make that 23 now in favor of Atlanta. 7:53 left to go here in the second period. It's all Gladiators. 5-0 back after this.
At Classic of Texoma, we want you to be in the driver's seat, which is why we created Classic Value. Want to check your credit, value your trade, and calculate payments from your home? No problem. Want to browse online but then get assistance in person? No problem. You can come to us or we can come to you for sales and service. We can complete your paperwork online, over the phone, or in person. Visit us at relaxeddenison.com and see why we say relax and enjoy the difference. At Classic of Texoma, our Classic Valet service allows you to decide how you want to buy your next vehicle. Step 1, pick out your car. Step 2, start your deal with Explore Payments, Value Trade-In, or a free credit check. Step 3, complete paperwork online, over the phone, or in person. Step 4, pick up your vehicle or schedule valet delivery. It really is that easy, and you control the process. Visit us 24 hours a day at relaxeddenison.com.
We were talking about Classic of Texoma. Good play there, Nick. And we're going to be up there on the 4th of November. The grand opening of the new Chevy dealership. Classic of Texoma, great partners of Allen Americans Hockey. Here come the Gladiators back the other way. On the far wing, Fosse, who's had another big game here this afternoon. Worked it outside, loose, fired one back in behind the net. 7:35 to go in the period. Purcelli tipped it. Here they come to center. Over the line. Treadle with a shot. That one bounced off the back wall. Kept in there by Allen. Demon. Now it's coming the other way. Vitale able to get it across the line. Trying to go right wing with the pass. Worked it down in the corner. Outside loose with a big shot. Deflected away as it has caught the arm there of Chase Perry. Here come the Americans back over the line. Worked it far wing. In the middle for a shot. Where is it? He's got it. That's what I call stretching your body out to make it count. And Gregal's there. He wasn't sure exactly where it was. He knew it was behind him. He was just praying that it wasn't free. Reached back with his hands, his glove hand, to make sure that was secure.
Yeah, you get down there in the butterfly, and that puck just kind of ekes through the knees, and he's like, did it go all the way through? And he just close them up and get a good little yoga stretch in.
One more thing about that Classic of Texoma appearance on the 4th. You know, not only does he have a fishing pond, he's got a putting green.
Nice.
So if you want to go there and while you're looking for a car, maybe you're waiting for them to, figure out a good price for your automobile, go out there and bring your club with you and putt a few, and then bring your fishing pole and throw that in the water. That's what I call a full-service Chevrolet dealership. As we have 6:48 left to go in the second period. Bouncing puck going down in the corner. And a tip along the boards. Robidoux in there fighting for it. Roby's got to get us going here. Back in behind the net. And no problem. Mateer worked it up on the right side. Comes across the ice. Pearson. He'll fire one in. And Perry down on both pads. Able to make the save.
Yeah, and another thing that with my wife here today, joining us for the game, it reminds me to remind everybody out there, all the ladies and all the men, to remind the ladies in their lives, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so make sure you get out there and get your mammograms done.
We had Linda on. As a matter of fact, it was the Fitzgerald show last year. We'll talk about that. Get your screening done.
Charity,
yeah, absolutely. Knocked away, puck tipped along the wall, but picked up there by Allen. The Americans get it across the line. McCauley will chase after it down in the corner. Cut off and tipped along the boards. Charabia. Now Whelan coming across the line, dropped it back. Trying to put it in front of the net, bounced it away, and now Whelan We'll send it right back down in the corner. We have 5:52 left to go here in the period.
Yeah, that looked like it was off crossbar.
It was. Wow. It's the goaltender's best friend. The Americans catch a big break there. And we're down to 5:37 left to go in the second period. Shots are 27-25 in favor of Atlanta. Doherty back in behind the net. Starts up on the right side. Trying to get it ahead to center. Worked up off the left side now. Prokop will head to the bench. Doherty will chase it down in the corner. Coming around near side. Now tipped by Hebert. Up off the boards. Back towards center. Shredel coming over the line. Looking for a shot. Put one in. Partially blocked. Trying to hold it in there was Diao. Trying to stick handle his way through. Couldn't get a shot away. Up to head towards center. They come the other way as we're down to 4:50 left to go in the second frame. Nothing going for the Americans. We're already almost at 3:45. Yeah. It's been 2 long periods, Maurice.
Yeah, 2 very long periods. And, then you had a little bit of an extra couple minutes in the intermission for the wedding that we had here.
Yes, indeed. She said, I do. Trying to put it in front, knocked away. There's a shot right on, and the great opportunity there again is Fosse was looking for his third of the game.
Yeah, everybody's looking to get as much as they can in the game like this. When you get things going and you're just goals are going in easy for you, you want to try to pad your stats.
Absolutely. Knocked away there again. Fosse along the right wing boards, worked it back to the outside to Luce. Back outside, long shot by the captain. And Graves was denied. As we have 3:54 left to go in the second period. Bouncing puck up off the wall. Back into the zone they come. Percelli trying to get it across. Looking for Asachuk. That one was knocked up in the air. Outside again. Galley with a shot right on. And the save made by Grigols. And you see Atlanta right there in front. Always have at least 2 in front of the net.
Yep.
3:40 left to go here in the second period. Still all Atlanta. They lead it 5-0. You are watching Allen Americans Hockey.
In-N-Out Genuine Radio presents What Real Tastes Like.
The classic double-double. 2 pieces of meat, cheese, fresh tomatoes, and lettuce. It's perfect. I don't know what they put in it, but it must be pieces of heaven. The juiciest, tastiest burger you will ever have. I love it so much. Just deliciousness. The ultimate burger.
Genuine people, genuine food, genuine passion. It's what's made In-N-Out, In-N-Out since 1948.
My Community Credit Union in Allen is the presenting sponsor of the Teacher of the Month. Each month, we recognize a teacher in Collin County for their hard work and dedication. At My Community Credit Union, their passion is in making every member and future member a financial success story. My Community Credit Union is a full-service credit union for auto loans, home loans, and individual retirement accounts. Contact My Community Credit Union at 432-640-0127 or visit them at 721 South Central Expressway in Allen, right next to 2 Row.
This is Zach Thomas. Let's go, Americans. Here's my papa and Maurice.
And Maurice. Oh, I love it. If he's watching today, he's not a happy camper.
And no, he definitely is not. But
number one, his favorite player, Asachuk, has not scored.
Nope.
And nobody has on the Americans. They trail 5-0. Look out. Got room again. Coming in. Shot. Oh, and a great save. Just got the pad over against the crossbar to keep that one out of the net.
Yeah, that's something you don't want to see on the back check either. He gets a break, and the Americans players just stop skating.
How many odd man rushes? We should keep track of that. How many have they had in this game today?
I would say easily half dozen or greater, probably more like around 10.
Trying to get a backhander in, and there's Gustavus Grigols. He has been so good in this game. Definitely take the scoreboard out of the equation. He's been the best player on the ice.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things. I don't know if anybody's kept track of that. I'm sure that the coach will have those stats, but way too many shorthanded, or say, breakaways, and on top of that, the shorthanded goals.
And Marcineau will be in to take the draw. It's been the one bright spot on face-offs today. He's been winning those draws. Now he just jinxed them.
Yep.
It's always the way it goes. As he bounces up towards center. Wheeling across the line. Turn the puck over. As the Americans put it across. Knocked away and blocked as they fight for it along the wall. Now a high stick up in the face there of Hargrove. And we're going to get a penalty coming up here as Perry will go off for the extra attacker. And Marcineau went flying to the front of the net. Now you've got McCauley and Luce having a good chat here. I mean, you gotta let him go. I think at this point you need something to get this crowd into it here.
Well, that's the trend that hockey now is to try to downplay the fighting and try to stop it.
Not if you're Don Cherry.
No,
don't tell him that.
Oh, I know. Fighting is part of the game. It needs to stay part of the game. So you got Whelan's going to go off for two for the high stick.
.237 left to go in the second period. I believe we're going to have the Goose, Rick Gosling, longtime Dallas Morning News reporter, a legend in the world of sports writing, none better than the Goose. And, of course, will long be remembered for predicting accurately in the first championship, Todd Robinson, 2.5 minutes. I mean, he just rolled off his tongue, and guess what? It happened.
Wonder what the lines were on that in Vegas.
Like to know. Dumped it back towards the outside. 2:28 to go. Trying to fire it in front of the net. Hargrove and just missed. Finley over on the far side. Myleri back to Marcineau. Up top, Myleri. Fired one through traffic. Comes off the wall. Hargrove. Now taken away by Graves. Knocked off the boards and back towards center. Finley will win the race to the puck. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left to go here in the second period. Tight as far as the shots on goal go. 30 for them, 29. But they have definitely made the most of those shots on our goal here this afternoon. Finley up off the far wing boards. Mateer trying to clear it out, and it really did go out. And a souvenir for young fan over in section 106 trying to find the puck.
I like what the Americans did on the first shot of the power play. It was a good set play. They knew what they were going to do. They just made those quick touch passes, got that play in front, trying to go to Asachuk. He wasn't able to cash in, but that's what they need to do. Instead of sitting there and is considering where they're going to pass to, looking at all their options, try to run a set play. If you got, just make it happen. And that's what they did on that first one. Couldn't cash in.
1:44 left to go in the period. Diao trying to get it across. Picked up there, a bear in front of the net. Shot right on! McCauley was robbed. Will somebody please get a cop? Ice level. There's been a robbery, folks. And Gregals again. Can I see a replay on that one?
Yeah, we definitely need to see a replay on that. That was a beautiful diving glove save. McCauley, it was a great setup by the Americans, finally getting some good offense going. Good chances on the power play. And Gregals just right there. Here's a replay. He rips that shot, and Gregals just reaches across and takes it away from the top shelf area he was going. Here's a reverse look on it. Just a beautiful stop by Gregals. And credit to him on keeping this a shutout.
Oh, man, he has been spectacular here today. He did not play last night. As the other guy, Tyler Harmon, was the winner. But 1:18 to go. Look out alone in. A shot, and Perry makes the save. If anything, at least Perry's, that's like 3 or 4 in a row where they had one-on-one in front of the goaltender, and Perry has made the stop. You made a great point earlier, and you said you wonder if he might get pulled. And it's not that it's Perry's fault, but sometimes, as you said, and I thought very well put, you don't want to wreck somebody's confidence.
No, you don't want to wreck someone's confidence. At the same time, you're sending a message to the team. Step up. You're not doing your job today. He's getting a lot of pressure, so you got to make sure you do it with the back.
Look what I see. Look over in section 109. Is that an Atlanta Thrashers jersey that I see?
Yep. Yeah, that's the same one we saw yesterday. It was great to see.
Tipped away. Here they come to center. Coming across the line to Yao. 58 to go in the period. Trying to get it in front outside. There's a shot through traffic. Save made. And picked up by Pearson. 50 seconds left to go in the period. It's going to bounce down in the corner. And picked up in behind the net. The Americans start up through the circle. Down the center. Treadle will drop it back. Over the line, Diao trying to get some room. Was in too deep, and the goaltender had a good beat on that. Here they come again. Another shot and a save made by Perry. This time Wheelan on the breakaway.
It's about the 15th breakaway tonight.
Another shot and save made by Perry. He has made some big saves here in the second period. You know, to keep the Americans within at least reach. I mean, it's 5-0. It's going to take a pretty big effort in the third period to come back from 5-0, especially against his goaltender. But Chase Perry's been doing his job at the other end of the ice, making some pretty big saves here, guys.
You know, there's a good example of Chase Perry's mental resilience. He's down 5-0, and he's just really had a tough night. But again, a lot of that's breakaways, not good play in front of him. He's still out there keeping the team in it.
15 seconds left to go here in the second period. Americans bring it into the zone. Robidoux. Pressure being put on by Graves. Puck down in the corner. 3 seconds left to go. Big hit there as Yeaman's coming across. Graves did not like that, but good for Yeamans. He's trying to get some people fired up. That's what the game's all about, right? Hockey is not one of those sports where you ballet dance, if you will. No. I mean, this is a man's game and a woman's game. I mean, there's pretty good women's pro teams out there, but got to get some stuff going here, Maurice. We haven't seen a whole lot of what we expected to see this weekend. This is a high-powered offensive team, and they're just not showing us that here.
No, absolutely not. They're not. And same with the physicality. It's pretty good, decent. And now we got a little scrum going because the Vitelli running his jibs. That's where the thing is. The officials need to break that up before it happens. Unfortunately, they let him go right to where the Americans are exiting the ice.
Well, we are through 40 minutes of play. It's still 5-0 Atlanta. Back with our intermission guest after this timeout. This is Allen Americans Hockey.
In-N-Out Genuine Radio presents What Real Tastes Like.
The classic double-double. 2 pieces of meat, cheese, fresh tomatoes, and lettuce. It's perfect. I don't know what they put in it, but it must be pieces of heaven. The juiciest, tastiest burger you will ever have.
I love it so much.
Just deliciousness.
The ultimate burger.
Genuine people, genuine food, genuine passion. It's what's made In-N-Out, In-N-Out since 1948.
Below Zero Cryo, whole body cryotherapy stimulates the body's natural healing abilities through exposure to extreme cold. Cryotherapy was developed in Japan in 1978 as a treatment for rheumatoid arthritis. Over the past 3 decades, it's become even more popular as its performance-enhancing and general health and wellness benefits have become more well-known. Call Below Zero Cryo for an appointment today. 469-362-8191. Below Zero Cryo is located at 8715 Lebanon Road, Suite 400 in Frisco.
Do not throw your pucks on the ice.
Dr. Ross J. Miller, DDS, is a longtime partner of Allen Americans Hockey. Dr. Ross J. Miller has been serving the Allen community since 2007. While most visits to the dentist are not fun and sometimes painful, Dr. Ross Miller and his great staff will do their best to make your visit not only enjoyable, but comfortable as well. Go to where the Allen Americans players go to get their dental work done. Visit Dr. Ross J. Miller at 915 West Exchange Parkway in Allen. Make your appointment today by calling 972-727-1200.
Visit Hirsch's Specialty Meats.
Hello, my name's Gary Hirsch, and I'm owner of Hirsch's Specialty Meats in Plano. 25 years ago, we opened Hirsch's Meats because we knew at that time the chain stores were trying to give you the lowest priced meats available. Well, we went in another direction, and we only carry the highest quality meats, poultry, and shop-made sausages in the Metroplex. When it comes to meat, there's no such thing as a good deal. You get exactly what you pay for.
Hirsch's Specialty Meats, northwest corner of Parker and Alma, online at Hirsch'sMeats.com.
Optimum Business is Texas's go-to connectivity provider for best-in-class internet, TV, phone, and mobile services and 24/7 live customer support. Our experts are focused on growing your business and dedicated to your continued success. Learn more at Optimum.com/business.
Get extra napkins when you order a hot and juicy Quarter Pounder. A normal amount of napkins just won't do. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. If you're ordering McDonald's and your friend says they don't want fries, get them the fries. Or else your fries will be their fries. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
And welcome back here to CUTX Event Center as we are through 40 minutes of play. Oh, boy. It's a hockey Sunday here in Allen, Texas. My good friend and longtime friend, the great Rick Goslin, joining us here. Not a better sports writer anywhere in DFW. Good to have you here. It's been a while since I've seen you. I know you were excited about coming today. Thank you for staying.
Yeah, I wanted to learn the names of the players, but I get the impression some of them may not be around much longer.
You know, it's not how you start, but it's how you finish. And we have a lot of guys. And what you're seeing out here right now is not going to be the team that finishes. If you remember back to last year, how many changes do we make after January 1? That's going to be the case. And, a lot of guys that should be in the lineup are sitting in the press box right next to us, like a Ryan Gagnon, who will be here. Ty Fournier, who's going to be a big part of this team right here, too. So be patient. I know it's not been a good day here, but I think what's the most disturbing, I don't know if you kept track how many odd man rushes they had here today.
I lost track.
Yeah.
When the Stars can give up 3 shorthanded goals and win a game, the team that Allen has right now cannot give up 3 shorthanded goals plus a penalty shot and expect to win. But again, I saw some of the practice in camp. I think there's talent here. Clearly, there's talent. I think the chemistry's missing, and I think over time you're going to get the chemistry. And we all remember the very slow start of last season, and Chad put it together pretty good. I mean, there'll be some player additions, and this will be a much better team as we move forward.
Well, that's one of the things, like you're saying, Goose. You want to finish strong, not just worry about the beginning, but obviously the beginning will set the tone for the season. Right. What do you see out there that you think is missing aside from chemistry? What do you think is missing?
Well, I think there's a lack of grit. Having watched this team for a decade, March and teams pride themselves on their grit, and they just lose too many puck battles along the boards. I think the outlet passing, I think the defense is struggling to clear the zone, and there's just a lot of lazy passes that are made. And again, Chad will get them back in practice, and they'll straighten a lot of those things out. But right now, this does not look like an Allen American team that I saw the last 10 years.
I'll go back to what Chad said last night. It's an old Ken Hitchcock line. We had too many passengers, is what he said. And it's true. Not everybody was into it last night. I watched some of the video with Chad this morning, Chad and Aaron Jens, and some of the things that went wrong last night, and you say, well, you hope that can be fixed today. But sometimes it's not just, one game. Sometimes it is the personnel, and some guys got to get it going, or just much like last season, there will be changes made.
Chad builds a team to win, by scoring 3, 4, 5, 6 goals a game.
Yeah.
And I think this team has got to put as much passion into the defensive end as it does the offensive end. You cannot let your goalie face 40, 45, 50 shots every night. And they're going to, they got 33 shots already through 2 periods. They're on the way to 50. And you can't ask your goalie to be Superman every night.
Yeah.
He's not Dominic Hasek.
Yeah, thank you for that reference. You didn't say Brodeur, so you got Fitzgerald mad there, because that's his best buddy.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's Hasek or Brodeur. If you're going to be facing 40, 50 shots a night, law of averages against you. So you need to make sure defense is playing tight. We've got, a dozen to 15 odd man rushes that have happened so far. And we've got a couple of shorthanded goals in that one sequence. You had 2 shorthanded goals. 4 shots for them, 1 for us.
How many times can you say in a 6-0 game the goalie's playing great? He's made some incredible saves. This could be a 10-0 game.
Yeah, Maurice and I talked about that. Kudos to Perry. It just seems like you turn around and you're like, wait a minute, somebody else is in front of our D, like the one wheeling there that somehow Perry was able to get just his pad over along the post to keep that one out of the net. And I said, man, he's got to be just so frustrated out there right now. And Chase Perry's not that type of guy. He's very soft-spoken, mild-mannered, one of the nicest kids I've ever met in my 15 years here. But I bet you if you talk to him today, he would be a little frustrated.
Yeah, and I think you look at the other end. That kid's made Allen could easily have 3 or 4 goals. That kid is playing lights out.
Yeah.
And that's the type of goaltending Allen needs if they're going to give up 50 shots a game.
Yeah, not to mention the fact, too, Maurice, and you and I talked about this before the game. You want to have a good showing. Sean McCauley, the president of hockey ops for the Ottawa Senators here in town, and he's got to be wondering what he's seeing out there,
Well,
even his players.
You got him, and then you've got the owners, too, so you definitely want to step up and have a good weekend. But tonight's not a good showing, but they still have 20 minutes. Down by 5. They're pretty tight in shots right now, 32-33, but they could turn it around, but it's going to be a huge, monumental task to do so in the last 20.
And I bet Chad right now is telling them in the locker room, show me some pride. Show me what you got. It's 6 nights. Go out there and play like you want to win this game. Just go out and win the third period.
Chad is a very soft-spoken guy, but there were a couple times last year when he said, I want you to come in the room. And he let him have it. And I'm telling you, I was like, wow. Remember last year the game where he took his coat off, he threw his coat, and I was like, I like that side of Chad Costello. We don't see that very often. He's a great family man. He's soft-spoken. He kind of leads by example. If you watched him play, I told Aaron Jens this morning, I said, Jens, you know what you need to do? We need to go back into the archives. You need to pull out some video from when those teams of 13, 14, 15, 16, where Jens was a part of a lot of those. Show those guys what this team did back in the day. And this was not a shot against Steve Martinson, but I remember Chad Costello saying back in the day that we could go out there and play without a coach because everybody knew what they were supposed to do, where they were supposed to be on the ice. Everybody had their man covered. And, maybe that's one of those things where someday, you show those guys, this is the way we did it. The pride, the tradition here in Allen. Where we talked about Allen Americans hockey, the way they played the game, the way we made that just raucous entry into the ECHL against the Darlings, the South Carolina Stingrays. And guess what? We came out the winners in Game 7. And I think we showed a lot of people at that time that we do things a little bit different here in Allen. We got to get back to that.
And I think the chemistry is going to come. I think Chad's a good coach. I think he proved that, how he rectified that mess last year at the start of the year. I think he's a good coach. I think he'll get a team on the ice that plays together, that has chemistry, and you're not going to see a lot of the lazy passes that we've seen today.
Yeah.
And then having the pipeline down from Belleville helps, too, because you need to make sure that not only we have a couple goaltenders down from them, a couple players as well, you need to expand that pipeline. You need to get those players down here, develop them, send them back up. But you need to have those guys down here. You got some teams that have got, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12 contracted players from the American League down. That also makes a big difference as well at this level.
Yeah, your AHL players have to play like AHL players at this level.
Let's talk a little baseball, my friend. It's not often we get a chance to, it's been a while since we get a chance to talk about a World Series here in DFW. This team was headed in the gutter just a couple of years ago. A credit to, the organization, and you start up at the top. Chris Young has done an amazing job. What a find in Bruce Bochy. Not that he was a secret, but the guy was done. He was retired. You talked about earlier, right chemistry. They've found it here in Arlington. Is there a more fun team to watch in Major League Baseball right now than your Texas Rangers?
No, because they hit. Usually this time of year pitching dictates things, but the Rangers are solid 1 through 9 in the order.
Yeah.
When the Phillies got knocked out, their top 3 guys cooled down.
Yeah.
No one picked it up. In the Rangers order, you could have your top 3 guys cool down, and you could still lose 5 through 9 in the batting order.
Yeah.
Garcia was hitting 6th at one point, and he's the star of the series. And the number 9 hitter takes Verlander deep, and that doesn't happen. They've got. I think they'll win it. I think it'll be a long series, but I think because I don't see all bats going cold at one time.
That's a tough. That is going to be an interesting series. And now, what do you think is going to be the outcome? What are you calling it? For 6 or 7?
I think it's going 7. I think it's going 7. I think it's going to be a great series. I don't know that America cares. I think they wanted the Astros and Phillies, but I think it's going to be a great series. And I think if people warm up to it, they're going to start watching the TV.
Here's the amazing story for me. The 2 studs in their pitching rotation. Nathan Eovaldi, who's moved around a little bit, was in Boston most recent times, comes here. He's turned into a pure number 1 ace. But how about Jordan Montgomery? Yankees traded him last year, sent him to St. Louis at the deadline for a kid who's a New Yorker who they cut earlier this year. Montgomery is the real deal. He was playing well in St. Louis. As soon as he got out of New York, he really turned his game around. He was struggling, bit for the Yankees, turned into one of the best pitchers in the National League towards the second half of last year. What a find, again, Chris Young out there just looking for deals, and they basically got Montgomery for a steal.
Chris Young knows pitching. Trust me, Chris Young knows pitching. You look at it, Jacob DeGrom is supposed to be the ace of the staff. They got nothing out of him. They get John Gray is supposed to be a staple in their staff. He's not there.
Scherzer.
I don't know that Max still has his A game. I'm hoping there's some A game left for game 3 or whenever he pitches. But they've done piecemeal. The guys were supposed to be the studs of the rotation weren't there. They still managed to win. Evaldo that was incredible.
Well, I always want to talk some Cowboys with Goslin because nobody knows more inside on the Cowboys. Now, they had the rough game against San Francisco about 3-4 weeks ago. But San Francisco is kind of falling on hard times a little bit right now. Do you ever remember a year when there was not a clear-cut, dominant number 1 team in the National Football League?
Yeah, I look around. I think there's something wrong with Kansas City. That they're lacking the big plays down the field. There's something wrong with Philadelphia right now. There's something wrong with Buffalo right now. All the teams you thought were going to be there. And Miami looked great start of the year. Then they go up to Buffalo and got smoked by a good defense. Yeah. Everybody's flawed. Everybody's got a fatal flaw. And I think the playoffs are going to be great because it's anybody's game. I don't think anybody's invincible, and I'm not sure the home field's going to mean a whole lot.
Now, what do you think is the cause of that? Is that true parity at that point when you have teams that are all having difficulties?
Yeah, the game is still a game about the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
The best quarterbacks, Buffalo, Kansas City, Miami now with 2 of them. The teams, the best quarterbacks are going to be the teams that are going to be there at the end. But keeping those guys healthy is tough to do. Defense have gotten better. It's tough to say, but parity has arrived this year.
It's a pretty good story going on down the highway in 75. What's going on with the SMU Mustangs? They continue to keep winning. They rail. How many points did they end up with? They still scoring. They put about 86 points up yesterday. Good for them. They lost their coach a couple years ago who went across town and went to TCU. And a lot of people wrote them off, but they brought a pretty good coordinator in here. And now he's turned into a hell of a head coach, and good for them. They're bowl eligible.
Yeah, but everybody's bowl eligible.
It's true. All you need is 6 wins.
I think that I'm not a fan of the NIL. I'm not a fan of the transfer portal, and I think it's kind of ruining college football.
We got 1 minute quickly. What do you think about the realignment in college football? Because obviously a big to-do here in the state of Texas with with Texas and Oklahoma both going to the SEC. What happens to the Big 12?
Well, I think there's going to be 2 power conferences, Big 10 and the SEC. And I think everybody else is going to congregate in the 3rd conference. I think right now the Big 12 is emerging at that conference. I think down the road, I think if Clemson and Florida State go to the SEC, you could end up in North Carolina and Duke and players like schools like that in the Big 12. But I think there'll be 3 major conferences. The Big 12 is looming as the 3rd one.
Well, I got one last question, switching it back here to Allen Americans Hockey. Todd Robinson was your pick when we won the CHL championship first time. Who's the pick tonight to try to get things going for the Americans?
I'll say Kobe McCauley. He's involved in everything along the boards, at the net. Something's going to happen with Kobe McCauley this period.
The great Rick Goslin. We have 3rd period action coming up next.
Christine Cope, DDS, is the official oral surgeon of the Allen Americans Pro Hockey team. That means she makes the Americans smile. Dr. Koch understands that great dental care involves compassion and proficiency. That's important, and she's working on you or one of the Americans. Christine Cope, DDS. Call today at 214-383-1380 or find her on the web at ccopeDDSMD.com. Christine Cope, DDS. She makes the Americans smile.
Below Zero Cryo, whole body cryotherapy stimulates the body's natural healing abilities through exposure to extreme cold. Cryotherapy was developed in Japan in 1978 as a treatment for rheumatoid arthritis. Over the past 3 decades, it's become even more popular as its performance-enhancing and general health and wellness benefits have become more well-known. Call Below Zero Cryo for an appointment today. 469-362-8191. Below Zero Cryo is located at 8715 Lebanon Road, Suite 400 in Frisco. Fast Talk Urgent Care, located at 325 South Central Expressway in Allen, is dedicated to providing fast and convenient urgent care and on-site services. COVID-19 has affected us all, and as a result, a group of doctors, Dr. Jory Van Ark and Dr. Lee, recognize the need for safe and convenient urgent care to be provided in a number of ways. Dr. Van Ark is the father of former Allen Ice Angel and now Tennessee Titans cheerleader Anissa. The next time you need urgent care, visit Fast Talk Urgent Care, supporters of the Americans, and here to help you recover quickly. My Community Credit Union in Allen is a proud sponsor of the Teacher of the Month. Each month, we recognize a teacher in Collin County for their hard work and dedication. At My Community Credit Union, our passion is in making every member and future member a financial success story. My Community Credit Union is a full-service credit union for auto loans, home loans, and individual retirement accounts. Contact My Community Credit Union at 432-640-0127 or visit them at 721 South Central Expressway in Allen, right next to 2 Road.
This is the place to be for Allen Americans hockey. Mixler.com.
We'll be joining our TV audience here in a moment, getting ready for the start of the third period. The Americans and the Atlanta Gladiators. Well, we got 20 minutes on the board here. Let's make it respectable.
Yeah.
At this point, I would settle for, 3. I just think this, if anything, you need to build some confidence going into the third period.
Absolutely. You also got to show your goaltender that, his efforts are not going unnoticed. And go out there and break that shutout.
Welcome back here on CW 33 and the Americans and the Atlanta Gladiators. Third period action. Thank you if you're still with us here. It's been a tough game for the American fans, but it's still early in the season. Got off to a great start with the big win a week ago Friday in Idaho, and has not been the same. As they tip it along the boards. Coming ahead to center, Butcher trying to get it across to Dial. And the puck goes down in the corner. Worked along on the right side. Asachuk deep down in the corner, brought it back in behind the net. Big hit. And it takes a big man to get Asachuk off his feet. It was Graves.
Well, they got some big fellas on that team, and we got a little extra going on in the corner now as we get together and the gloves are off.
Well, you knew it was coming eventually. It's way down at the opposite end. Trying to make out who was involved in that for Allen.
Still can't see. Is that?
Well, I see Charabia is getting pulled back from the pile. Dalton Galley right there in the middle of it. So was Asachuk. And the captain Graves.
Robidoux in the box, and they're showing him like he's the guilty party. He's not. He's already out.
Galley is also going. So we've got a couple in the box. Now here on the sheet, if we're keeping track, it's in Robidoux, 10 and a misconduct.
Which is
inciting,
which is kind of funny being at the end of the game, or at the end of the period. I think the TV had cut off at that point, or may have been getting cut off. The officials allowed Whalen to come over and start jawing these guys right as they're heading off the ice. He's about 5, 6, 7 feet from them. He's basically inciting the players, and Robidoux responds, goes after him, and he gets the penalty. And these guys are worried about 2 guys dropping gloves earlier in the game. They should be worried about separating the players who are handing off the ice. That's where you have those sorts of things. And it's just unfortunate for Allen that Robidoux has to suffer by sitting in the box.
So face off below our broadcast booth. Tough one here this afternoon. 5-0 in favor of Atlanta. They have done it in many different ways. As the shorthanded goals, they've got a power play, 3 shorties, and then another power play. So that's special teams excellence, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done a great job with the extra man, and even with Dano man with a couple of 4 shots in that one sequence where 2 of them were in. One was a power play, or not a power play, but a penalty shot, and the other one was stopped.
Knocked off the boards. Very quiet building. A lot of fans left her in the second intermission, trying to put it in front, knocked away out of the air. Kept in again by Whelan. There's 1:20 left to go in the penalty to Dalton Galley. Trying to put it in front, pad save made. Whelan went after the rebound, another save, another shot. That one goes wide. And again, kept in by Atlanta. Doing a good job of keeping the pressure on here. Tipped around by Sylvester. Fossier back towards the outside. Now it comes, Fossier along the wall. Looking for help. Trying to put it in front. Knocked away by Malari. Came off the wall. Williams will chop at it. It went nowhere. Now Gesevich put it back in behind the net. Whelan had it tipped away. Finally comes to Hebert, who can deliver it down the ice.
Good clear by him. 2 shots so far in the power play for Atlanta.
Half to go. Yeah, sorry, Mo. Half a minute left to go in the power play for the Gladiators. As they bring it across the line, back into the zone. Left wing shot up off the boards, coming around near side. Vitelli put it back up top, working it over now to the left side. In front, on the doorstep, Perry there. Finally, it's going to be sent. Diao will inch his way down the ice. Goose talked about it during the intermission. You got to give Perry a lot of credit. He was right. I mean, it could be 12-0 right now if not for Chase Perry.
Oh, absolutely. He's been the fantastic. He's been the best player on the ice for Allen all day.
Coming around near side. Bouncing puck picked up. Is put down in the corner by Miller. Now along the boards. Went off the skate there of Yeamans. He'll chase after it. But the icing call will get it coming back the other way.
Well, it's like Goose said, it's kind of one of those things that almost sounds like an oxymoron. The goaltender played fantastic, losing 5-0.
Yeah.
But if you've not watched this game and not realizing what's going on, they have just really taken it to Allen. Allen defensively has not been there. The goaltender has been. So without him, it's a 10-0 game.
16:52 left to go. Early on in the season, but you dug yourself such a big hole last year, and you had to fight. Second half of the year to get back into it. You finally did. Made it back into the top 4 and went as high as number 2 is where they finished the year. And there was such a drain on everyone. But I think the thing we haven't seen, and Goose made the great point. The biggest thing is the save made again by Gagals. The chemistry is just not there.
No, it's not. You're not seeing that like you're seeing with Atlanta. You're seeing them move as a unit. We're seeing too many individual efforts. And here's the extra stuff going. It's like
Yeamans ready to go. He's got the gloves off there. He's going to the box.
No one's going to go right at this point. Linesmen are going to break it up, and they're just going to keep needling you to keep you in the box. So at that point, you either got to grab someone and make them go or don't.
Yeah, but if you're Atlanta, too, why do you want to go? You're up 5-0, right? I mean,
Yeah.
It's been an easy day at the office. Why do you want to mess up your pretty face?
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's tough to be in that position. The Americans are trying to get anything going, trying to get them fired up. And they're essentially just laughing and walking away.
Well, that's the thing. Everything's going their way, Atlanta's way. They're getting the goals. They're getting the shorthand goals, power play goals. There you get a penalty is called their way. Robideau, that one where he gets the inciting when it was Raylan that was over at the Americans' exit board chirping him. So frustration builds and you're down 5-0. So the Americans just have to try to stay disciplined and stay in the box.
And off the face-off, puck fired along the boards. We have 16:22 left to go here in this third period. It's been all Atlanta from the start. And what a game for special teams for them. 3 shorthanded goals and 2 power play goals. Some teams don't get 3 power play or shorthanded goals in an entire season. They've got it all here in one game. As they continue to put the pressure on, Hargrove coming the other way. Trying to get it in front to Marcineau. There's an opportunity. Puck jumped away from him. As we have 15:48 left to go. Over the line, Fosse. Another great game for him. And with a shot, they score. And this time it's Gesevich. And the 6th spot on the board, the 37th shot of the night. In Atlanta, they're not even really celebrating that goal. They're just kind of going through the motions here as they have a big, big lead.
Well, it's one of those games, every team gets it throughout the year. You get the game where everything goes your way and you're going to get the big win, and sometimes you're going to get the big loss. And right now it's Allen's time to take the big loss and Atlanta's time to take the big win.
Well, 15:39 left to go, and this one's still a long way, and you got to get the offense going. You got to just show something here. You don't want to go into the locker room at the end of this one having not scored a goal. You need to get some guys, get some chemistry, try to find something here in the third period, something positive to take into a pair of games in Tulsa.
Well, it's just like
next week.
Just like Goose was saying, it really comes down to pride. You got to play for pride at this point. You're down 6-0. You got to break the shutout, number one. Number two, you want to go out there and have a good account of yourselves. Right now, it's not a good account for Allen.
Save made in front of the net again by Grigols. You got a feeling that he might be the goaltender of the week. He's looked pretty darn sharp here in this game. The Americans had 34 shots on net.
Yeah, no, they've got a good number of shots on net. He's made a couple of really key saves, but Allen's just got to keep battling.
The rob of Marcineau in the second period. Here they come the other way. Miller, he'll just dump one down in. Coming in behind the net. Both teams are making a change. 14:39 left to go here in the third period. On the left side, coming to center. Americans get it across the line, and down went Demet. He was looking back at the official, wanted to call. Part of that was just the fact he lost his footing, Maurice, and nobody touched him.
Well, it happens. Sometimes you're at the wrong angle. You don't have a good edge, and you get a little shove or a push, and down you go.
Here they come across the line. Dumped in behind the Perry net. Broussard around the boards to Finley. Quick tip. Here comes Butcher to center. Butcher on the right side trying to take it through the middle. Still with the puck. And just ran out of room. Has to dump it all the way across. As they had 4 in playing deep, waiting for the Americans to come across that line. Here they come the other way, Atlanta. Up on the wing, near side. Across the line. Pearson shot. That one partially blocked. Knocked away. Puck coming off the boards. Finley went after it. Kept in. Worked now near side. And partially blocked there as Finley got a stick in. Now Butcher can't clear. Kept in. Here comes Doherty. He gets taken down as the puck goes down in the corner. Butcher now tipped around on the near side. McCauley dumped it ahead to center, pass loose, and it will go all the way down the ice. On the icing call with 13:08 left to go.
Tough clear all the way down. So icing is the call. It comes all the way back.
So thank you, Linda Fitzgerald, for coming today. I'm not sure where Linda is, but I know she's having a good time.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Tammy, along with grandbabies, Evie, who's got a birthday coming up on Halloween. And also to Brody.
Get extra candy for that, I hope.
Kat and Tiffany, who does not like Halloween. So,
how can you not like Halloween?
Maybe she got bad candy when she was a kid. That'll scar you, man. You get the hard candy instead of the Milky Ways, and you're going to be in a bad mood, buddy.
Stale Mary Janes.
Yes. As we have 12:40 left to go, my Larry back in. You can talk about Halloween candy in a 6-0 game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here they come to center. Trudell across the line. Now dumped in. Marcineau coming all the way around to the boards. Played there by Sylvester. 12:20 left to go in the third period. As they get it across the line. Vitale, who's had another solid game here today. Whelan trying to work it through in the corner. Knocked in behind the net. Pushed there by Trudell. Now in front of the net by Larry. Trying to drop it back. There's a shot. Knocked away. Hargrove grabs the puck. Starts the other direction in pressure. Now stripped away by Atlanta. As they get it over the line. 11:50 left to go in this one by Larry. Tucked it off the boards. Well, it's not a loss yet, but this would be one of the toughest I've been a part of.
Oh, yeah. Definitely tough ones. But what's making it tougher now is Americans, a lot of blind passing going on right now. Like they just want to dish off the puck.
Save made by Grigols. Actually gave up a rebound there.
He did, a big one,
but
too.
Nobody was in position. 39 shots, still under 40. The Americans have given up 40 shots in every regular season game this year. including 41 last night. That's something that Goslin talked about. You got to have a game where you give up 25. You know, your goalies are gassed by the end of the game. I know, talking to Merrilainen after that first game where Idaho put up 45, he said, "I'm tired, and I don't even think a Gatorade's going to help me."
Oh, here we go. That's third man in.
And Yeamans went down. He's been talking, trying to get somebody to go with him for a while. And this was not really even, you can't even call that a fight.
He was going for Luce. Luce didn't want anything to do with him, but he's still chirping. And then Luce gets backstopped by the captain, Graves. That's the thing right there. He ain't had enough. Down 5-0, 6-0, I should say. And getting chirped. Yeah, it's going to be, someone's going to respond.
Well, a lot of the problem, too, is we have a few good hockey players in the suite right next to us. Got to get some of those guys back in the lineup. You're missing a lot of your key pieces on defense. Fans ask about Colton Saucerman. He, of course, went to Europe and played. He was a very popular figure here last year. Everybody that's got the beard is popular.
Yeah.
Maybe you should consider just not the goatee, maybe going the full facial hair.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Fear of the beard. As used to be the case with Daryl Bootlin.
Yeah, you're right.
So the Americans end up on the penalty kill again. Not doing themselves any favor.
This Atlanta team's got some good players, man. They really have a strong team. Miller, Fosse is really good. Like Mateer, like obviously Graves, their captain. Prokop is very solid back in his zone, and Cranford. I mean, they've got a good team.
Yeah.
And they've got, like I said, they got a lot of prospects in their lineup. It does make a difference.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, right now as it stands, you know, we only have Diao that's in the lineup. Merrilainen went back up. So did Saprango. And Sinclair not playing today. So just one contracted guy to 8. That makes a difference.
Yeah, definitely need to open that pipeline back up. Get some more guys down here. But, of course, it all comes down to injuries. And, you know, that's what happened. We lost Merrilainen because of that.
So right after this game, it's 4:30 right now. There's still a half a period to go. We will be with you until the top of the hour.
At this point, that'll probably be the last 10 minutes of the period. The way it just seems to be. Whistle every few seconds.
Linda Moore is checking in. I'm not sure where Linda is. She's here somewhere in the building, but she's always listening on 107.3. Off the face-off with 10:23 left to go. 39-36 of the shots on goal. All the way down in the corner. And another icing call.
As I was saying, feels like a whistle every few seconds. And that's just the way it goes in these type of situations. It's where, as an official, you're out there and you're like, come on, guys, just keep this thing going. Just want to kill that last 10 minutes, hopefully quietly, without any stupid stuff. But
I really hate this for the Jacks. They came here this weekend. They brought a lot of friends here, you know, proud new owners of the team, and, you know, we just struggled all weekend.
Yeah, it's just like I said, well, those things that happens, you run into difficulties early on. Costy's going to work and make sure he's got the right personnel in place, and we saw it last year. That's what he had to do early on.
A lot of shuffling, and the guy in between the pipes was a big part of that turnaround last year, Chase Perry.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's 58 seconds left in the penalty to Hargrove as they pass to the cross. Vitale trying to send it through in front, looking for Pearson, taken away by Allen. And Diao will send it down the ice. Disappointing for Diao, too. Knew that Sean McCauley from the Ottawa Senators was here this weekend. You always want to play well in front of the team that you're hoping to move back up to, right?
Sure.
I mean, he was a good sport about coming here, was happy, said I want to help this team. But when you move on up, you know, it kind of revives, and we've seen that a few times where guys just don't want to come down to the ECHL.
Yeah.
No knock against Allen or anywhere, but it just, guys want to play at the highest level. Bouncing puck picked up along the boards there by Fosse. And again, another dandy game for him. Marcineau coming the other way, back into the zone. There's a shot. That one hit net, but the back of the net. And Hargrove out of the box, back to 5-on-5. Give the fans credit, Maurice. A lot of them stayed here this afternoon to.
Well, they definitely hung out, and this is a tough one to sit through because, a lot of bad things have happened. It doesn't seem like anything good has been going for Allen tonight. But they're sticking it out.
8:24 left to go in this one. Americans back in action on Thursday night. They'll be in Tulsa. A kind of a rare Thursday-Friday duo. Off on Saturday. And then we'll go to Kansas City for a early morning start the following week. 10:30 in the morning. We've got 4 kids games this year.
Wow. 10:30 in the morning is too early.
Get your breakfast going.
Yeah.
Here's Percelli, tipped it up on the wing. Dial coming to center. Bouncing puck. Percelli will chase it down in the corner. Atlanta picking up the loose puck. Oh, you heard clank there. There's shot number 38, maybe. Foley came out to play that one.
Yeah, a little trolley action. Clank, clank, clank with the trolley.
Yeah. All the way Percelli, or Finley, excuse me, down in the corner. Dropped it back. Dell trying to get it in front. And worked it across. Loose puck coming the other way. As Doherty trying to clear it out of the zone. They're in need of a change and we'll get new faces on the ice. We have 7 minutes and 10 seconds left to go here in the third period.
Yeah, Atlanta right now, they're kind of laying back a little bit too much, I think. Regals has got to be saying, hey, guys, don't give them a chance to break my shutout.
If that was the Americans in that position, we would not want to mention that word, but Maurice trying to maybe bring a little luck to the boys in blue and red. There's a shot, that one way wide. Tipped and kept in by Prokop. Now Perry back in behind the net, got it around to Williams. Back towards center. Dumped across near wing. Trying to tip it across the line. Vitale back after it. A lot of minuses up on the American side here this afternoon. Nick, refresh that if you would. There's a shot, that one fired high and wide. Picked up off the board. Trying to get it in the middle. Doherty sends it back outside, gets the return pass. Now along the wall, Vitale, and we get a whistle.
Yeah, Kaspari just gave Brassard a chop in the chops, and he's going to go off.
Timeout. 6:07 to go. 6-0 Atlanta. Back in a moment.
Please welcome your Ice Angel.
Dr. Ross J. Miller, DDS, is a longtime partner of Allen Americans Hockey. Dr. Ross J. Miller has been serving the Allen community since 2007. While most visits to the dentist are not fun and sometimes painful, Dr. Ross Miller and his great staff will do their best to make your visit not only enjoyable but comfortable as well. Go to where the Allen Americans players go to get their dental work done. Visit Dr. Ross J. Miller at 915 West Exchange Parkway in Allen. Make your appointment today by calling 917-727-1200.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who miss the fairway all day and still pull out the big stick. The type of guys who will always prefer to be behind the grill than in front of the camera. And the men who never let their friends forget about a high school nickname. This is the Lodge mentality.
There he is, my little buddy. My little buddy, best pal. And he told me, he said, I'm done. He said, I've walked away from my TV set this afternoon. It's on now to video games. Where he is the king of video games.
Well, you got to get out there and have some fun. That's what he's doing right now. And then the big fun is...
Yeah, absolutely. 6:03 left to go in this one, Maurice. We will be on for our post-game show afterwards. We'll probably have about 15 minutes or so. worth of time on CW. Finley, he'll tip it across, back into the zone. There's a shot, Marcineau. That one went wide. And the puck in behind the net. Dumped around Asachuk to Hargrove by Larry. There's 1:29 left to go on the man advantage. Shot from the outside, deflected up in the air. Stays in play. Finley will work it across by Larry up top. Back to the right side again. Hargrove dumps it down low. 5:17 to go, 1:09 in the power play. Very quiet building. You know, usually on the power play, this building's roaring, but fans have been kind of feeling the mood of what's been on the ice.
Yeah, it's one of those days.
Now Larry worked it across. Finley, here's some boos. You don't hear that very often, but the crowd letting him hear it with some boos, like get a shot on net.
Yeah, well, it's understandable. You just keeping that puck in the periphery, you're being the best penalty killer out there by not doing anything with it.
And that'll kill some more time back into the zone. 4:35 left to go. Here comes Hebert. Hebert worked it back towards the outside, and another whistle.
That's off the mooring. So 23 to go in the penalty to Atlanta. Gaspari. Now the time seems to be flying along.
Oh, forgot to wish this earlier. I want to wish happy birthday. Diana is somewhere in the building today. She sent me a text earlier. It is her 40th birthday. And said, all I want today is a win. Well, can we give you a rain check?
Yeah, I was going to say, might have to wait till the next day.
Diana might be out having a post-game at Kelly's across the way right now.
Nice. A little post-game libation. Some chow.
Good to have Kelly's back as a partner. Jeff Hamilton and the great crew across the street. There's a shot from the outside. That one fired wide off the stick of Demon. 4:15 left to go. Again, we'll stay with you until the top of the hour on CW. So stay tuned for that. All the way down the ice. Backhander Williams will chase after it. And that one goes far enough for icing.
So a couple of shots on the power play for Allen. But no goals still. As we go down to the last 4 minutes of regulation. 4:02 to go to break that shutout.
Good job today by our crew in the booth. Nick, who is producing for us, doing a hell of a job. And Tyler Luker handling everything at the tee. Tyler looks a little stressed. I think we might need to get him a strawberry Danish after the game to cheer his little happy butt up. Good job there, Luker. Looking sharp, too, in that coat. As we have 3:53 left to go. Kelly back into the zone. Comes right. Demon will knock it off the boards. 3:45 left in the game. The Americans will travel to Tulsa, Oklahoma. They'll leave on Thursday. They'll play, correct that. We'll leave on Wednesday because we have the early 10:30 in the morning start. Wednesday afternoon travel. The game on Friday will be the 7:05. I know a lot of our fans usually do make that trip to Tulsa, Oklahoma. 75-second timeout. We'll take one as well with the score. It is the Gladiators 6, the Americans nothing. You are watching Allen Americans hockey.
Experience the North Star difference. Their unwavering commitment to excellence and patient-first approach makes North Star Diagnostic Imaging the leading provider in sophisticated diagnostic imaging in Collin County. North Star is the only outpatient facility able to offer advanced, non-invasive procedures at multiple locations. North Star Diagnostic Imaging, located at 997 Raintree Circle, Suite 110 in Allen. To book an appointment, call 972-954-8001 or visit their website at northstardiagnosticimaging.com.
Commercial Bank of Texas has been your community bank since 1901, and our dedication to the people we serve is as important today as it was then. Today, CBTX brings you the latest technology, backed by personal customer service and hashtag sealed with a smile. At Commercial Bank of Texas, banking is our business, but helping people succeed is our passion.
Welcome back here. CUTX Event Center. 3:20 left to go in this one, Maurice. Unfortunately, this one's been over for a long time.
Definitely has. And it's, like you said, it's just one of those games where things aren't going your way.
We'll hopefully have Easton Brodzinski joining us after the game. We'll have a very short post-game show with a couple commercial breaks in there, but Easton just recently signed by the Americans. A little tip there. Now here comes puck ahead to center. Over the line, back into the zone. Marcineau, he'll take it back in behind the net. There's a shot, Broussard, partially blocked, tipped up on the wing. And hustling after it there, Dalton Galley. That's what you want to see. I mean, you're down 6-0. You don't want to lollygag it on in, and Galley hustled in there to win the race to the puck. Good for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to play that game all the way through to the buzzer.
And save made. Well, the Americans come close there. And a backdoor play denied. Another shot from the outside. That one blocked on the ice. How about that, too? Another thing you love to see. You're up 6-0 and a player is diving in front of a slap shot.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta make sure you're protecting the goaltender. He's got that shutout going. So you got to make sure you protect him.
75-second timeout, 2:16 to go. The score is Atlanta 6, your Americans nothing. You are watching Allen Americans Hockey.
Specialty meats. People often ask me, what is special about Hershey's Specialty Meats? Well, first of all, we only carry the top 3 grades of beef, and we have hard-to-find cuts like California tri-tip and Brazilian picanha, as well as center-cut finger bones. We have over 24 shop-made, fresh and smoked sausages, for example, our cheeseburger sausage and hard-to-find South African borzels. With approaching holidays, you may want to consider a Hershey's gift card. Hershey's is a real meat store for the real meat carnivore.
In Plano on the northwest corner of Parker and Alma. Hershey'sMeats.com.
In-N-Out Genuine Radio presents What Real Tastes Like.
The classic double-double.
2 pieces of meat, cheese, fresh tomatoes, and lettuce. It's perfect. I don't know what they put in it, but it must be pieces of heaven.
The juiciest, tastiest burger you will ever have.
I love it so much.
Just deliciousness.
The ultimate burger.
Genuine people, genuine food, genuine passion. It's what's made In-N-Out, In-N-Out since 1948.
Well, following the game tonight, we'll have the 3 stars of the game. And pretty easy to choose from there. You know, the goalie, not to anybody's shock, will be the #1 star. He was fabulous all night long.
Yeah, he's been really, really solid. He's not been called on a lot. There's an offsides here with 2:11 to go. He's not been called on a lot to make, a lot of saves. 41 shots, yeah, but not all of them have been high quality. But the high quality ones, he's been really right there and made some great stops.
Good job, Mo. Love doing these Sunday games with you. I just wish we had better, more happy endings, right?
Yeah, it would be nice.
As we're down to 2:05 left to go here in the third period. Deflected away there by Pearson. He'll dump it right back in, coming in behind Perry. Now picked up there in the corner, and a hit up high. And you got a player down there. It's Marchison. He's going to try to fight to get back into the play. Shot from the outside by Williams. Now Marchison coming in after him.
Marchison went to take a run at DeMint, and they in the corner, and he ended up with the worst of it.
Yeah.
Just one of those things where it's tough outcome.
1:41 left to go here in the third period. Face-off coming up just to the left. Gustavs Gregals. I wish he was here longer. We got the name down now. I mean, that's pretty easy, right?
Got it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're down to 1:30 left to go here in the third period. Gisevich, who's also had a solid game here this afternoon. Fossier, who back-to-back games, he's been the best player forward-wise for them on the ice. 1:20 left. And the puck coming ahead to center. So the Gladiators will come in here and sweep the 2-game series. They've won the last 3 against the Americans going back to 2018 with a overtime win over us in their building.
Yeah, and it's just been a tough weekend. 6-0 right now, 1 minute to go. Still got a little bit of time to break that shutout.
Crowd, the ones that have stayed. Not much emotion here over the final minute. It takes a true hockey fan to hang out for this. It's 6-0 game, right? I mean, tough. Knocked across the line, bumped in. Perry tipped it immediately. As we're down to 29 seconds left to go in this game. Americans are right back at it Thursday night in Tulsa. Get away from home for a few games. Tipped along the board, 17 seconds left to go. And puck out of play with 13.3 left.
Well, the good thing, the positive thing I will say about this game is 42-40 shots on night in favor of the Americans. This is the first time they've outshot their opponent in the first few games of the season. So that's good. That's a good step forward. But the bad part is you get the high shots, but the way they've been scoring, they're not putting pucks in the net, and that's not a good sign.
Yeah, 42 shots to 40. So the opposition gets to 40 for the 4th straight game. Although, as the horn sounds, when they had 33 at the end of the period, they did hold them to just 7 in that third.
Yeah.
Well, big hunt for Chase Perry, and obviously a couple words there from Williams, as he really did play well. Perry was the one bright spot here for the Americans this afternoon, and there's a frustrated coaching staff working off the ice. Nobody likes to get beat. Nobody wants to be shut out.
The best player on the ice for the Americans was the guy they were congratulating right there, Chase Perry.
All right, we're coming back with our post-game show. We'll be joined by Easton Brodzinski. That's coming up next. Again, the final score: Atlanta 6, the Americans 0. You are watching Allen Americans Hockey.
Down to Louisville too.
At Huffines, my experience was quick, easy, and hassle-free, and they treated me like family.
And when you come to Huffines, buy with confidence, knowing both locations of Huffines Hyundai are J.D. Power dealers of excellence for the customer sales experience. And every new Huffines Hyundai comes with 3 years free maintenance.
Allen's and Allen is your home for all of your favorite Southern classics made from scratch daily. If you're a breakfast for dinner guy like me, then Allen's has your menu. Steak and eggs, mushroom garlic scramble, shrimp and grits, or one of my favorites, pancake pot pie, loaded with layers of pancake, sweet maple sausage, bacon, hash browns, and so much more. Allen's is open Monday through Friday 10 to 9, Saturday 7 to 9, and Sunday 7 to 2. Allen's is located at 210 South Central Expressway in Allen.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who miss the fairway all day and still pull out the big stick, the type of guys who will always prefer to be behind the grill than in front of the camera, and the men who never let their friends forget about a high school nickname. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Who wants to settle for a single TV? With more TVs, bigger screens, plus our fabulous scenic views, there's more to watch at Twin Peaks.
Fast Talk Urgent Care, located at 325 South Central Expressway in Allen, is dedicated to providing fast and convenient urgent care and on-site services. COVID-19 has affected us all, and as a result, a group of doctors, Dr. Jerry Van Ark and Dr. Lee, recognize the need for safe and convenient urgent care to be provided in a number of ways. Dr. Van Ark is the father of former Allen Ice Angel and now Tennessee Titan cheerleader Anissa. The next time you need urgent care, visit Fast Talk Urgent Care, supporters of the Americans, and here to help you recover quickly.
Commercial Bank of Texas has been your community bank since 1901. and our dedication to the people we serve is as important today as it was then. Today, CBTX brings you the latest technology, backed by personal customer service and #Seal with a Smile. At Commercial Bank of Texas, banking is our business.